Welcome back to Creepcast. Today we are going to another original creepypasta, and yes, I do mean creepypasta. I was talking to Isaiah about this, and I was like, we haven't read like a Jeff the Killer thing in a while. We've done Laughing Jack, fucking Eyeless Jack, Mr. Widemouth, all this kind of stuff. But it's been a bit. We've had a lot of great bangers lately. So I figured I was asking him, I said, what is some good original fun creepypasta stuff that was definitely written by a young child, and he suggested Cupcakes, which is apparently the beginning of, I guess, would you say this was written by a brony? It's a My Little Pony fanfic horror story, and we're going to be reading that today.
I just want everyone to know that I joined the call, and I'm like, what are we doing today, Hunter? And he just doesn't say anything, just DMs me something with My Little Pony in the title. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I've had a good run.
It's we haven't, but
YouTube was fun while it lasted, I guess.
To be fair, we have not ventured into brony territory yet.
But what does an oddball such as myself consider manly? My Little Pony, friendship is magic.
This is like a kind of a big moment, actually, where another internet sect comes together, like an internet fandom. We finally get to go into new territory, because I don't think we've done any My Little Pony stuff, right? There hasn't even been a mention of My Little Pony on this channel until now.
I don't think so, and we've gotten this far, and you haven't made me do it, but here we are.
Now's the day.
It has happened.
I'm excited. To be fair, I did come in with a story called Rainbow Factory that has some very, absolutely cursed My Little Pony art on it. But then Isaiah said, oh, hey, Cupcakes is
I'm like, if we're going to do it, the classic.
But you're saying that this is the OG My Little Pony horror.
The OG, yes.
Is there...
Like, this came out right around the time Jeff the Killer did and stuff like that.
Have you read this before, or have you just heard of it?
I've read it before, because the thing back in the day I remember is, I think you were right about a brony made it, but everyone would say, oh, this story's so scary, it's so creepy, you don't even have to know My Little Pony for it to be scary. And so I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it. And like me, who was afraid of Laughing Jack and Jeff the Killer and stuff, did not find it scary. So I can only imagine what that means.
So there's a couple things here. I just want to
for us.
I just want to point this out at the top. All right. So first off, it says we're on fandom.com. We are looking at the title here. It says Cupcakes Original. There's a not safe for work title at the top, but then the first couple sentences say, this is the original version of the fanfic Cupcakes. The version posted on here and proliferating the internet, i.e. the one that ends with the Pinkie Pie about to stuff Rainbow Dash's corpse, is actually the second version found here. So I guess that leads me, and there's a link to that, Isaiah. Do we want to go with the OG, or do we want to have the one where they spoil the ending?
So this is the short history of it also on the mlppasta.fandom.com. I hate my life. The description says the Cupcakes fanfic is thought to have first appeared on 4chan's Image Board Co. sometime in January of 2011.
Okay.
Though the date of the original post remains unknown, a canonical reference to episode 12 in the fan fiction suggests that the earliest possible date was January 7th, 2011.
Okay.
On the Equestria Daily version, I hate myself, the authorship has been attributed to Sergeant Sprinkles. The earliest archived instance of My Little Pony fanfiction is Junior Speedsters Forever, posted in January 24, 2011. Okay, so that means, I think that's what this is saying is, Cupcakes may not only be the original My Little Pony fanfiction, but the first My Little Pony fanfiction, horror or otherwise, ever written.
I would suggest it's horror, because there has to be so much fan. I mean, it could be. I don't know, but
that's what on Equestria Daily.
Yes.
On the website, right. It might be the first.
Now,
according to this,
let me ask you this: is there any realm of reality that this actually has some good spooky stuff? Is there any world where that happens?
Other than the fact I have to read it on this podcast, no. I mean, it is. So.
It's a little.
But everything I remember.
I didn't think that we would go here, but I got to say I'm a little excited, at least, if I'm being honest. And that leads me to the next horrifying thing, which is be sure to check out this podcast on Spotify and Apple and Apple Podcasts, all the audio platforms, and check us out there. Give us a nice rating. It really does help the show out. And also, if you want extra episodes of this of this awesome show, feel free to sign up for our Patreon. We have, I think, how many? 3 or 4 extra episodes now, and a lot more coming. So if you want to support the show outside of just watching it here and you want extra content, feel free to go over there and check it out. Otherwise, Isaiah, are you ready to become a brony for the next, I don't know, hour or so? Your silence is so loud.
Thank you all for the support you've shown the show. And
Brony,
this is really cool and all.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about My Little Pony. My sister was into it when she was a kid, but I never paid attention besides, like throwing her toys across the room. So I know nothing of this, and I know for a fact a lot of our brony fans are going to come out of the woodwork.
If you're a brony, stand up and be proud. Be proud that you're a brony. Because I feel like right now it's a dying breed. I feel like that used to be like early internet cringe stuff. Is like it's even before. I would say even before furries. Like you'd be like, oh, the bronies, and I feel like furries kind of took their place. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it feels like there's not.
I think you're right. Well, they were kind of at the same time because I remember hearing about both of them around the same era. I think it's just because didn't the show quit? My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
I have no idea. But I don't think that. I guess would that stop? I guess maybe that would stop.
I hate that I'm typing this in. Well, it hasn't stopped completely. Just became more niche. So if the show's not running, new fans aren't coming into it, right?
If bread isn't being baked in the factory, no one's eating. So what's the point?
Exactly. The finale premiered October 12th, 2019.
They had a good run.
So yes,
it was a nice run.
Yeah, but what season? How many? I hate that.
Season 46.
How many seasons did MLP Friendship is Magic have? It had 9 seasons.
Not a bad run.
Good run.
So this is 9 seasons. This was like fresh off season 1. It hooked people immediately. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, shit. You ready to get into this?
Yeah, as I'll ever be.
Let's do it.
All right. It's Cupcakes. And this is the original version. As mentioned, there's a second version that floats around a lot. But this is the OG from Sergeant Sprinkles.
Oh, yes.
The air was warm. The sun was shining. And all of Ponyville was having... Oh, my gosh. Okay. And all of Ponyville was having a glorious day. The town square was bustling and crowded. Busy ponies were making their busy way through the... I know this is just good. I know the whole thing's going to be like this. I just have to lock in.
You need to lock in. It's going to be this optimistic and cheery the whole time until we get our gruesome... Someone's getting murdered immediately, I hope.
Yeah, honestly, and I need to get this out. I need to get my biases out of the way first, right? Okay. One of the things that annoys me so much about anyone who talks about MLP is that they replace any person pronoun with the word pony. It's like, oh, every pony or horse famous and stuff. And here's the thing. If it was just like people wholesomely enjoying the series, they'd be fine. I wouldn't care. But I know I've seen what the miscreants of the fan base, which is a lot of them, are capable of, and it's just so tied to the image of it, I can't separate it in my mind, and that's why I'm so violent. If this was about, what's a wholesome property from when we were kids? Like Looney Tunes is like adults like that too. You know what I mean? If this was like something that was entirely safe, I'd be fine, but it's just in the back of my head, the things I've seen on the internet. That's why I'm
very judgmental, but violent. I understand.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, busy ponies were making their busy way through the streets. All the pony folk seemed to... See what I mean? All the pony folk seemed to have somewhere to be. All except Rainbow Dash. Her place was in the sky. She freely tore through the air, speeding one way and the next.
Damn.
She buzzed the treetops and raced the wind. The Pegasus swooped over a schoolyard, much to the delight of the children. Climbing several hundred feet, she dove, going as fast as she could. Seconds before hitting the ground, her wings flew open, and she took off back into the clear blue. Rainbow Dash felt alive.
All right, so we got a pony that can fly.
Yeah, well, a Pegasus.
So it's a Pegasus. Okay, got it. I just make
a winged horse. Yeah. Right, okay, thank you, Hunter. Then she remembered that she had somewhere to be. She's supposed to meet with Pinkie Pie in 5 minutes. She'd gotten so caught up in her exercises that she nearly forgot. Also, every sentence is the same. The exact same structure.
No.
Just pointed that out. Pinkie had asked Dash to meet her at Sugar Cube Corner at 3. She didn't say why.
I got a bomb.
You know, it's also
I'm gonna blow up Pony
where the
Bank.
story's going. Where the story's going, that's not far off.
God.
Like that
If this
wouldn't be
turned into
too
a hostage
out of-
thing of like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna blow up Pony Bank. You can't do it, Sugar Blossom.
You know what's also crazy about this? I was at a wedding this last weekend, and a guy came up to me, and he was like, he was one of the guys who was working the venue, and he's like, "Oh, Wendigoon, huge fan of your stuff, blah blah blah." He's like, "I absolutely love Creepcast, and I just signed up for the Patreon."
Shout out that guy.
And I was like, "Oh, thanks, man. That means the world." So that guy, after shaking my hand, after touching me and making eye contact, the next thing he will see is this. I have to explain what this is to my dad now.
Rainbow Dash, listen. I got a bomb and a gun. I'm planning on robbing the bank on Sugar Cube Corner. You gotta be there at 3. Of course, there's gonna be innocent lives lost.
Do the ponies have like defense capabilities?
Ponies?
Like, do they have a police force?
Oh, you'd have to imagine.
Like the horses in My Little Pony.
You'd have to imagine. Well, they probably have like wizards or something. Aren't they all magical and shit?
Well, I mean, like there's a Pegasus, so I imagine they fly. Yeah, here's a cop. They have a cop. Does ACAB apply to these?
Oh, absolutely. ACAB applies to everything, sir.
Law enforcement. Oh, there's a wiki page for, I forget how. Law enforcement. Characters who work or have worked in law enforcement includes. All right, I'm not gonna read all these names because people will be like, you mispronounced it wrong. You forgot about this one. But there's multiple ponies who have served in some kind of police force.
Come on, man. This is good. This is good law enforcement. This is canon. This is canon lore. It's helping us build this universe for this spooky story.
What is the lore of this stuff? I'm looking at the fan boards. The Royal Guard's job is to guard royalty and the capital city. They have a capital city.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. She didn't say why or what they'd be doing, but Dash knew that with Pinkie, it could be anything. She wasn't sure if she really wanted to go, though. She was so engaged with her stunts that she thought about blowing Pinkie off to continue flying. But Dash's conscience got the better of her. She knew that it would hurt Pinkie's feelings. After all, she said it was going to be something special just for the two of them. She considered it and thought, why not? What did she have to lose? Heck, it might be more pranking. Pinkie might have found a bunch more fun stuff to pull off on folks. They had so much fun at the last time. Dash kicked it into overdrive, mostly to make for lost time, and sped to her appointment. When she walked into the store, she was immediately greeted with her host bouncing in excitement.
Yay! You're here! You're here! I've been waiting all day!
Is that good? Is that... Does that sound like My Little Pony?
It is haunting.
Come on. Well, you know what? Good.
How close
Good.
that is. How close that is to your Gypsy Rose impression. The most knowledge I have of My Little Pony is the Jenny Nicholson video about it. So I know that the actor, the voice, all the voice actors and actresses are like serious voice actors and actresses. So I imagine Pinkie Pie's voice
So it's
doesn't sound. You know, I'm not gonna look it
so
up.
wait.
I'm
So,
not-
so
I'm
are you
not
saying
letting
should
you do
I
this to
make
me.
it more straight instead of being so bubbly?
Yeah, I realistically yes, but for the sake of what we're doing today,
Here, let me
you
try it
might as
again.
well just leave it as Gypsy Rose. Okay.
You're here! I've been waiting all day!
That's probably about right. Yeah.
Is Rainbow Dash a guy or a girl, or is that?
I want to say a girl. Hold on. Is Rainbow my search history right now? Rainbow Dash.
Sorry if I'm a little late, Pinkie Pie. I was doing my afternoon exercises and lost track of time.
Rainbow Dash is a girl, by the way. Pinky giggled and responded, her tone gleefully reassuring.
Oh, that's okay. You're here now. What's a few more minutes? I've been so excited thinking about all the fun stuff we're going to do. I haven't stopped bouncing since I woke up. I mean, I almost forgot to breathe since I've been so happy.
Dash gave a slightly uncomfortable laugh. She always appreciated Pinky's friendly, outgoing way of life, but her overabundant enthusiasm almost creeped her out. Dash was polite, however. If Pinky had got this worked up, then it must good. Then it must good. Whatever it was.
So, you're ready to get started, Rainbow Dash. I got everything all ready.
Dash psyched herself up.
You betcha, Pinky. What do you got planned? Are you going to prank somebody? I got a couple of good ones I've been thinking about. Or maybe you got some stunts you think I should try. Or maybe making cupcakes!
Pinky happily announced.
Oh, yeah. This is going to get real good. I know. We're getting ready to, hey, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Dash was disappointed.
Pinky, you know I'm not good at baking. Remember the last time? Oh, that's not a problem at all. I only need your help making them. I'll be doing most of the work.
Dash thought about it for a second and replied,
Well, all right. I guess that's okay. What exactly do you need me to do? That's the spirit. Here you go.
Pinky handed Dash a cupcake. Dash was puzzled.
I thought I was helping you bake. You will be. I made this one just for you before you got here. So this is like a taste testing or something? Sorta.
Dash shrugged and popped the pastry in her mouth. She chewed a bit and swallowed. Not bad.
Okay, now what?
Now, you take a nap.
Fucking Pinky just roofied Rainbow Dash. Jesus! Okay. We're going to the club. That's what she says.
Pinky roofied Rainbow Dash. That's gotta be
That's what happened.
That's gotta be a brand new sentence. No one's ever said that before. Upon hearing that, Dash felt lightheaded. Her world spun, and seconds later, she dropped to the floor. When Dash regained consciousness, she found herself in a dark room. She tried to shake her head, but found that a taut leather strap kept it firmly in place. She struggled to move, but the braces around her chest and limbs glued her to a rack formed from a series of sturdy planks, which spread her legs wide apart. Dash's wings were the only part of her not tied down, and they fluttered frantically while she struggled to escape. As she writhed, Pinky jumped into her line of sight.
Goody! You're awake. Now we can get started.
She was pushing a cart covered with a cloth.
Hey, Pinky, what's going on? I can't move.
Well, duh. You're tied down. That's why you can't move. I didn't think you'd need to be told that.
But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help you make cupcakes.
You are helping. You see, I ran out of my special ingredient. I need you to get more.
Special ingredient.
Dash was now breathing heavily and starting to panic.
What special ingredient?
Pinky giggled and responded.
You silly.
Uh-oh.
I like how you're into this.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, first off, this is 100% a fetish story. Just want to say that. The binding and all that. This is fetish.
The binding and like her legs spread
100%.
apart. And all,
This is, and it's gonna. I have a feeling that we're not out of the fetish forest yet.
So I don't remember any of that from when I was like a kid and read this. But when we started to read those last few lines, I was like, oh, I see. So I don't remember any, but yeah, clearly. Clearly that's what it's tapping on now. A 12-year-old me was not equipped to understand what I was
12-year-old dude's like, why do I like this so much?
No, that's
Why
not
is
what
this so
It's not-
appealing?
No. Don't. You can say a lot of things about me, Hunter, but you let me have this. You stay off of this one. You can say I killed my dog with chocolate. You can say. Okay.
We'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Rocket Money. It's easy to spend money. Here's the hard part. Remembering to cancel your unused subscriptions. Awkward? Everything is a subscription service now, and companies make it hard on purpose because they know if you're frustrated that you'll give up and keep paying for their stupid service. Well, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. I love using Rocket Money to cancel unwanted subscriptions because I have too many of them and I hate myself. And once you get set up with Rocket Money, the app finds all of your subscriptions and puts them into a nice little list. And from there, you can select ones that you've been meaning to get rid of, and with just a few taps, the app can help you unsubscribe. It's beautiful. But that's not all! Rocket Money also helps automate your savings. We all need to save money, so why not let someone else do it for you? It automatically analyzes your account to determine the optimal time to save to reach your saving goals. Plus, Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. So, take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/creepcast or click the link in the description to get started for free. Thank you so much, Rocket Money, for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get back to the story.
Dash's eyes widened, her face contorted in fear. Then she started to laugh.
Ooh, it really got me there, Pinkie Pie. I mean, tricking me into thinking I'm gonna be made into a cupcake. I gotta tell you, that's the best prank yet. You win. You're the best.
Pinkie giggled even more now.
Thanks, Dash. But I haven't done pranks today, so I can't accept your praise.
Dash was struggling again.
Pinkie! Come on! This isn't funny!
Then why are you laughing?
Pinkie grabbed the cloth and whipped it off the cart. The top of the tray contained various sharp medical tools and knives carefully organized and ready.
Oh my god.
There was a medicine bag and several other objects next to them.
Pinkie!
Dash was now in full panic mode. She was starting to hyperventilate. Her mind was racing and she tried to reason with the pink pony.
You can't do this, Pinkie! I'm your friend!
I know you are, and that's why I'm so happy I've got you here. We get to share your last moments together, just you and me. Wee!
She was skipping again.
But the other ponies will wonder where I am. When the clouds pile up, they'll come looking for me, and then you'll get found out.
Dash, don't worry. There are plenty of Pegasus to take care of a few clouds. And besides, no pony will find out. I mean, how long do you think I've been doing this?
And with that, the lights suddenly came to life and showcased the rest of the room.
God. Oh, fuck. Oh, gosh. No. Oh, no.
Dash reeled in horror at the image presented to her. The room was decorated with the typical but twisted Pinkie Pie flair.
God.
Colorful streamers of dried entrails danced around the ceiling. Brightly painted skulls of all sizes were stuck on the walls, and organs done up in pastels filled with helium tied to the backs of chairs. The tables and chairs were made of bones and flesh of past ponies.
Jesus Christ.
Dash cringed at the centerpiece on the table nearest to her, the head of four foals, their eyes closed like they were sleeping, wearing party hats made from their own skin. She recognized one of them as Apple Bloom's classmate. Her eyes darted back and forth and then gazed up at the patchwork banner hanging from the rafters. Made from several pony hides, the words, "Life is a party," were scrawled in red.
I legitimately thought that said "Life is a Highway" for a second, like Pinkie was a Rascal Flatts fan.
Life truly is a highway. Life is a highway.
Yeah, during this, like all the blood, like it's funny how cartoonish it continues to be. Like she has organs blown up like balloons tied to chairs.
It's fun.
And then in the corner of the room, just laughs like a road traveling.
I would legitimately say that if there was like a Silence of the
whole
Lambs
band.
kind of scene of like you're a guy going into a basement, like looking for somebody, you know, like those classic scenes where like the cops going down the stairs, like they're all scared and shit.
Yes, yeah.
Gun drawn. They're like look around, and then in the distance, if you just heard, "Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long." Like a weird upbeat song like that that'd be a fuck juxtaposition. Like that'd be really sick. Where are you? Yeah.
There's just bodies everywhere.
Come out! Screaming. She's firing a couple shots. And I'm not a hand. I'm not a hand. That'd be pretty sick. You know what? Fuck it. Rascal Flatts is playing on the back of this right now.
Okay.
That's canon.
Perfect.
That's canon.
Dash's attention was stolen by a party horn unfurling and tickling her nose. She saw Pinkie Pie standing in front of her. The party pony was wearing a dress quilted from cutie marks. On her back fluttered 6 Pegasus wings, all different colors. As she skipped in excitement, her necklace of unicorn horns loudly clacked together.
Okay, that's actually kind of metal. I just want to say right now that's actually kind of sick.
That she has like a necklace made out of the
She has a necklace made of
other-
horns, and then she has like a fucking cape or whatever that has 6 Pegasus wings on it. And she's like skipping around like a fucking lunatic. She's like, hey, wee, roo, roo, like a fucking psychopath.
I simultaneously hate and love how into this you are right now.
I mean, it's got me. I mean, you know, we're getting into it. I want to see what happens.
Like it? I made it myself.
Huh. Oh God, Pinkie, please. I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promise I won't tell any pony. I won't tell any pony. That's good.
Oh, Dash, you didn't do anything. It's just that your number came up and, well, I don't make the rules. We can't turn back now.
She's on a fucking bingo system. She's on a bingo system for killing ponies. I love it.
A fair system, a lottery, perhaps.
Exactly.
One based on chance.
Heads or tails. Heads or tails. I don't know what I'm betting on.
Every pony, you stand to lose every pony.
Yeah, that works so good, dude. Now just imagine Anton, whatever. And it's like he has his face like it superimposed on the horse's face too. Don't put that quarter in your pocket. That's your lucky quarter. That's your lucky pony. That's your lucky horn.
Rainbow Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening?
Aw, don't be sad, Dash. Look, this'll cheer you up. I brought you a friend.
Out of seemingly nowhere, Pinkie displayed a blue and yellow painted skull. It was about pony size, but it had a very defining feature. A beak. Dash was freaking out.
Is that?
Hey, Dash, let's hang together. These ponies are lame-os. Dweebs. I caught her right before she left town. Remember when I left the party for about 20 minutes? That wasn't enough time to play with her, of course. I had to wait till after the party to do that. But boy, am I glad I did. It was worth for the flavor alone. Griffins taste like 2 animals at once. It's amazing. I know she didn't have a number like everyone else in Ponyville, but when was I going to get another chance to try a griffin? In hindsight, I probably should have asked where she came from so I didn't get more, but I forget. I'll tell you what, though. She was quite the fighter. Lasted a long time, which was fun for me. I got the chance to play with somebody other than a pony and try new things. It's too bad she had such a potty mouth. She said so much bad stuff. I had to take her tongue out. You know, bad language makes for bad feelings, Dash.
Dash didn't have anything to say. Just sobbed and writhed.
Fuck!
Well,
Pinkie said, putting down the skull.
that's enough reminiscing. It's time to begin.
She picked up a scalpel, walked over to Dash's right flank.
No.
Without any flair, she placed the blade an inch above her cutie mark and started a circular cut around it. Her lungs working overtime, Dash shouted in pain and tried desperately to pull away, but the braces held her still. Finishing the incision, Pinkie grabbed the curved, skinny knife from the tray. She worked it under the skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Dash ground her teeth as she tearfully watched as her flesh came off. Pinkie then moved to the other side and completed the other flank. Once she was done, Pinkie held up both cutie marks in front of her friend and started waving them like pom-poms. Dash just whimpered. Her thighs burned. Placing the skin down, Pinkie selected the large butcher knife and walked behind Rainbow Dash.
Hope you don't mind. I think I'm gonna wing it now.
Did you like that? Did you like that pun? The Pinky made?
I did a nice hysterical evil laugh too. It probably got cut off, but it was I sold it. Don't worry, it was sold. Also, I just want to say too, since we stopped, that I feel like that Griffin death to some people who know the show was probably quite devastating. It had to be oh fuck! Not the Griffin! Oh fuck! Mom, get in here!
She grabbed the left one and played with it for a second. Then, stretching the wing out, she brought the blade down at the base. Instantly, Dash screamed and thrashed her appendage. The movement threw off Pinkie Pie's aim. She tried to hit the mark again, but missed wide and put a huge slice in Rainbow's back.
Dash, you gotta stay still or I'm gonna keep missing.
She took another whack and hit the target. She swung again and again, blood spraying into the air, but realized she wasn't getting anywhere. The blade just wasn't going through the bone.
I guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else.
She stated as she tossed the knife over her shoulder, the blade embedding itself in the table. The crying Rainbow Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing.
Got it. Say, Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? It doesn't hack. Hacking is what I was doing with the knife. This is a saw. I don't get it.
You know that line? I know we're reading a My Little Pony fan fiction, right? But that line in itself is a fun line for a torturer to have in a movie. Like I could see what's his name, Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs saying that when he cuts off the guy's ear. Like I don't get it. It's saws. It doesn't hack.
You can see the obvious Tarantino influence on this story. I want to say this too. This is really, I mean, you know, it is what it is. This is far from the worst thing we've ever read. I just want to put that on.
It's true.
Way too much fun with this.
It's far away. Yeah. It's not the worst crime a story can commit is being forgettable.
Oh,
right. And this is certainly not forgettable.
No, God, no.
Like now I'm imagining like as the Pinkie Pie's walking around, it's like, well, I don't know why I came in the night.
And then actually no, she'd be dancing around to either Life is a Highway or it'd be what hurts the most is being so close and watching you walk away. The Rascal Flatts kind of story.
Of course. Pinkie placed the tool over the last attempt. It effortlessly sailed through the bone and skin. The painful feeling of the teeth biting into her made Dash want to vomit. She watched helplessly as her wing flew over her head and landed with a fluff on the table. Pinkie moved the next and started sawing. Dash didn't struggle this time. She'd given up trying to fight, just cried. Then the sawing abruptly paused. Pinkie was only halfway done, the wing hanging on only by a sliver.
Hey, Dash, think fast!
Suddenly, she yanked the wing as hard as she could.
God, what sadistic fucking 12-year-old is writing this? Hey, Dash, think fast! Like rips out the fucking bone.
You know, I actually gotta say that's kind of brutal. I know we're talking about like a horse swing, but
I was like,
but imagining someone like ripping off a half saw through arm or something.
It's not even just physical torture; it's fucking mental agony as well. Hey, Dash, think fast! And then just immediately ripping the thing out. I mean, my God, what kind of fucking
that's rough.
What kind of like fat little boy or girl was sitting down writing this and just like grinning ear to ear? What sadistic? What future serial killer was writing this? Is what I want to know.
Captain Sprinkles,
yeah,
or whatever
Sergeant
the name
fucking
was.
Sprinkles.
It's actually Captain Sparkles, the guy that made all the Minecraft songs back in the day.
It's all connected.
Yeah. As she's dancing, you can hear in the background. So, baby, tonight the creepers are gonna steal.
God.
The bone snapped, but the skin held tight. The pull ripped a long strip of flesh down Dash's back to her rump. The unexpected trauma caused her body to seize. She felt the warm release between legs as her pelvis tensed up. Dash's loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. She awoke with a gasp. stench of her urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. The stench of her urine filled her mucus cake nostril. She's having involuntary seizures.
It's such a detailed,
Good God.
heavy description of a torture
Jesus,
sequence.
get this child off Ask Jeeves immediately.
What happens when you torture someone for 4 hours? Search.
Imagine the school counselor sitting down with their parents over this.
Yeah, dude, that's so funny you bring that up. I was thinking the exact same thing. You know, this little motherfucker went to school and printed this stuff off out in the library, and that definitely caught him like, what in God's name is this?
This is, I hate to say this out loud, but this is actually better than I remember it being, just from how brutal the descriptions have been.
Oh, it's
man.
good. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie removing the adrenaline needle from her chest.
What? The adrenaline needle?
Yeah, so like Rainbow Dash is passed out
she
because
woke
she's
her
going
back
into like
up.
a shock. Yeah, so Pinkie Pie's like, here's your epinephrine.
I'm telling you,
You're coming back.
This motherfucker saw Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction and decided to write a fucking My Little Pony horror story. Is that not what happened? It's becoming
I think
abundantly
you're
clear
right.
to me.
Stomping her hooves, the frustrated Pinkie lashed out.
Didn't anybody teach you any manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when somebody invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like if I came over to your house and went to sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Dash. You're boring. I think I'll take a nap. You think I always like doing this by myself? I told you how excited I got when I found you were next. I was excited to have a friend be here with me while I worked. But no! You've got to be inconsiderate! You know, I thought you were tough. I thought you could handle anything. I've had Fowl stand up better than you. I mean, do I have to baby you? Huh? Is that how you want me to remember you? As a baby?
She stopped to catch her breath. Dash blinked and softly cried. Her back was on fire. Pinkie then popped something red into her mouth and began to chew. She noticed Dash was staring at her,
What? Oh, this?
holding up another piece.
Well, while you were asleep, I got a little impatient and helped myself sample. I got it from your leg. You're not bad. Want to try some?
Without waiting for a response, she shoved the strip of meat into the revolted Rainbow Dash's mouth. She immediately spit it out. Pinkie picked it up.
If you didn't want it, you could have said no!
She then ate the discarded snotty morsel.
It's not like you haven't had it before.
Oh. Swallowing, she turned her attention to the small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing that it was filled with burning coals. Sitting on top of the fire were several large nails. Dash began to like super hot, like railroad nails.
I'm trying to see if she is legitimately going to like crucify this fucking horse right now. Is what I'm wondering. God Christ! She like starts nailing the fucking legs in there.
Dash began to panic again. Pinkie picked up the can and walked over to Dash's left, carefully picking up a nail and grabbing a hammer.
My God.
She positioned the spike at the scene. You might be right
Yes!
about the horse crucifixion.
Yes!
She positioned the spike at the seam between her leg and her hoof.
No! Pinkie, no! 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 No!
The hammer came down and the nail punctured under her skin. The white hot burning was too much. Dash pulled and thrashed at the brace. Her skin rubbed and tore. Pinkie tried to line up another one but couldn't find her aim. She let out a frustrated grunt. When she pulled the hammer back to take a wild swing, Dash burst out, crying and begging.
Please stop! Please stop!
Pinkie rolled her eyes. Putting the hammer back down, she walked back in front of her friend. She stared pensively at the broken Pegasus. Gilda didn't even cry this much when she stuck that live Paris sprite down her throat. Pinky thought for a minute about what to do next. Then there was a sudden spark in her imagination. She grabbed the gear wheel on the rack and laid Rainbow Dash on her back. She moved to Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Pinky picked up the hammer again, and she drove a searing piece of metal into the bottom of Dash's hoof. Dash screamed again. Pinky put one into the other hoof. Next, she located the small generator on the tray, tying the copper wires to the nails.
What?
She gave Dash a wink and flipped the switch. Electricity rocketed through Dash's body.
Holy shit!
The blue pony reacted immediately. Body seized, muscles struck taut. Her hips thrust skyward and her eyes rolled back. She let out a deep, throat-shredding cry. Pinky giggled and danced in place. She turned up the juice. Dash convulsed uncontrollably. Her bladder emptied once more. Gosh, just talking about, like...
What fucking...
peeing on herself. And
I need to...
My God.
I need to know what torture, like what they Googled for the torture. This is so specific, even down to like nailing the fucking, like nailing it into the bottom of the foot or whatever. Brutal. But then even just like literal copper wiring and then just like formed like this torture electricity device, whatever. Just shock therapy.
I don't know what happened to the guy that wrote this, Sergeant Sprinkles or whatever, but someone should check on him. After about 5 minutes, Pinky shut off the power. The area smelled lightly of cooked flesh and burnt enamel. But oh my, what a deep
I know, dude.
this kid to put
I
in
fucking
there.
love this little
word.
psychopath, dude. Good God.
She put Dash upright again and tried to snap the delirious and drooling pony back to attention.
Dash, wake up.
Rainbow Dash managed to give her a modicum of weak acknowledgement. Pinky reached into the medicine bag and pulled out a large syringe.
All right, time for the last round.
Dash looked at the needle and Pinky took that as a question as to what it was.
Something to take the pain away.
She informed as she walked around to Dash's ruined backside. She stuck the needle into the lower part of her spine. Dash flinched. Coming to the front again, she told her friend,
In a few minutes, you won't be able to feel anything below your rib cage. Then you'll be able to stay awake to watch the harvest.
Jesus Christ.
My God.
This is God.
Dash started to cry again.
Pinkie Pie.
She trembled out.
Yeah?
I want to go home.
Yeah, I could see you wanting to do that.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I just want to give up and say, I'm done with this mess and go to bed. But you know what? You can't shrug off your responsibilities. You gotta pull yourself up and meet the challenges head on. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life.
Dash cried. Minutes passed and the drug took effect. Dash was numb from her chest to her flanks. Aware of this, Pinky approached with her scalpel. With only a smiling glance to Dash, she made a long cut across her pelvis just above her crotch. Moving up her body, she drew a similar incision under her ribs. One final cut was made down her stomach, connecting the first two.
Looks like I got my eye on you, Rainbow Dash.
Draws a giant vivisection eye.
Good God.
Looks like I got my eye on you.
I tell you what, good actual quotes from a psychopath. I just want to say that. Joke.
I know. Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah. This is good for a movie. It reminds me of like, you know that scene in The Departed where Jack Nicholson shoots that girl and he's like, she fell funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like that kind of thing. I hate to say this reminds me of a Scorsese flick.
I mean, we have two prolific directors while reading this. And it came naturally, mind you, Isaiah. It came naturally, all right?
Looks like I got my eye on you. With a moist, gooey sound, the new door flapped open. The new door?
That's so sick to refer to like someone's fucking open wound. My God.
The sight of her own organs and the lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. Pinky sliced open the abdominal sac and grabbed the large intestines, separating it from the rest of the digestive tract and pulling them from the forming cavity. Pinky was getting jovial and started making jokes. Dash, growing weaker from the new source of blood loss, tried to shut out the comedy act. Pinky was laughing.
Look at me. I'm a rarity.
She said, slinging the tube around her neck and spreading blood in all directions.
Isn't my new scarf so pretty?
Reaching back in, she cut the smaller intestine off the bowels, squeezing out the excess.
Oh my God.
Squeezing out the excess excrement. Pinky filed it through her teeth and dragged it back and forth.
Dentists say you gotta floss every day, Dash.
God damn. She's got shit and blood in her teeth. Good. My God. Is it? This has to be almost over. This is just getting so vile. My God.
Rainbow Dash was barely aware of what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Pinky got disappointed. Diving back into the guts, she ramped up her routine.
Oh, don't go yet. Don't go yet, Dash.
That alone is freaky. Cutting someone open and being like, "Don't go yet."
Like don't
or
fucking
hang
don't
around
die
a little
yet.
bit longer.
So creepy.
Yeah. She started pulling out the rest of the organs, stopping at each one.
I know it can be a real pain acheus, but you know I'm just kidding with you. You really got to learn to liver it up. Boy, these jokes are getting bladder. Guess you got to develop a stomach for them.
I'd be screaming, "Kill me! Kill me!"
She placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for a bit longer.
Bagpipes.
She said, placing the tube in her mouth and the organ in her armpit. A spurt of acid hit her tongue.
Ugh. Oh, hey, there's your cupcake, Rainbow Dash.
The cupcake she ate earlier, getting blown out of her dissected stomach. My word, dude. It's like that thing I've talked about before where it's like kids don't understand how heavy
It's awesome.
they're saying something into a story, but it's an entire story about just the heaviness.
It's unbelievable how gripped I am. And I hope to God that this child is locked up somewhere as a full-blown adult. It's going to be like the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween where they're like, "I treated you good, Mikey." And like Michael Myers is like this, the kid who wrote this now is like a 6'7" super soldier that they're like keeping in an insane asylum.
That's you. You're Danny Trejo
Exactly.
getting choked out by the author.
Mikey! Yeah, just getting fucking thrown into a wall.
Oh, Dash didn't hear her. She had slipped from consciousness minutes ago. Pinky, not satisfied yet, hit her with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart jumping. Her blood flowed out faster. It wouldn't be long now. Pinky put Dash down on her back and straddled her chest, scalpel ready.
You know, Dash, disappointed. I thought you would have lasted longer. I really wanted to spend more time with you before we got here. But I guess it's my fault. I should have taken it a little slower. Oh well. It was really nice knowing you, Rainbow Dash.
The blade sunk into the blue one's throat and worked its way up her chin. Coming back down, it circled around her neck. The last thing Dash felt was her skin being cut away from her skull, the metal scraping her teeth. Then she was gone. Pinkie Pie stared into the mirror. She did a really good job, even keeping the eyelids. She winked, Dash winked back, Pinkie smiled. Oh, she carved off her face and now she's wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dash winked back.
I'm sorry, was that not clear? Or?
Yeah, who am I? What did I think happened? But still, she was sad that her friend was now gone. It only lasted 50 minutes, not nearly as long as she wanted. She looked back at the cadaver hanging there in the center of the room, the last of its fluids draining into the pan. Yep, no more Rainbow Dash. Then Pinkie cocked her head. She was starting to take notice of the fact that there really wasn't that much damage.
In fact,
She began to say.
I think...
An idea exploded in her head. She was good at sewing and she had all the pieces. All she had to do was put her back together. Yeah, just get some stuffing and bingo. She'd have Rainbow Dash forever. In fact, that's what she'd do for all her friends when their numbers came up. She was so excited, she skipped over to the body with the Skinner to get started. Cupcakes can wait. Pinky had a friend to make. Silver Spoon suddenly woke up. She was on her back. I assume this is another pony. She was on her back and couldn't move. She couldn't see. Where was she? Freaking out, she was just about to scream when the pony from the bakery appeared in front of her.
Hi. Where am I? What is going on?
Okay, so since it says the frightened little foal, I imagine this is a child. So foal's like a little horse, right? But I like that voice for like the little girl pony. That's good.
Oh, well, you see, your number came up and I gotta make cupcakes.
Wait, well, what does that mean? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. I wouldn't worry if I was you. It'll be over soon.
She approached the girl, scalpel at the ready, when a small voice called out from her.
Miss Pinky, what do you think you're doing?
She paused and turned to look at Apple Bloom. The yellow baby pony walked up to her with an angry look on her face. Silver Spoon started to feel relieved.
I can't believe you're doing this! I thought you said this one's gonna be mine!
Pinky apologized.
Oops, sorry about that. Guess I forgot. Here you go.
She handed the blade over. Apple Bloom climbed on the table and stood over her prey. Silver Spoon tried to struggle. She stared in fear at Apple Bloom and her apron, the pink apron with the shiny tiara on it. Silver Spoon started to cry. Apple Bloom grinned and opened her mouth.
Hey, Silver Spoon. Guess who's gonna be a blank flank?
What the fuck does that mean?
So I think, so a flank's like the rear end of the horse, like the backside. So I imagine, you know how like the My Little Pony things have the little, they each have a shape on them or like a symbol or something. I think that means they're going to cut off the logo or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you what, because that's the end.
If I had to guess.
And I want to say something. One word, Isaiah. Cinema.
Absolute cinema. Pure, untapped cinema.
That, little did I know that I needed to hear a child in great detail write a My Little Pony fan fiction that is 100% Googled resources of torture. And it was done so well.
Yeah.
This is so far from one like a bad thing that we've read that this even makes some of the longer serious stories we read. It puts them to shame, dare I say. And to have an evil twist where another pony is in on it as well. Cinema.
So I'm glad you enjoyed that. It was admittedly more intense than I remember because in my head it was like, oh, it's like all the other, you know, kind of like you remember when we read the Simpsons one where it's like Bart fell out of a plane and exploded or whatever. I just kind of imagined it like all of those, but this was far more intense and detailed than I remembered. So it seems that the name of the Sergeant Sprinkle's real name is Drecker Jones. He originally posted it to 4chan. Cupcakes gained enough notoriety to garner lengthy subpages. Jones has stated in a journal entry on his DeviantArt profile that he never expected it to go any further than sharing it on 4chan. He calls it the most infamous thing in the fandom, and he's not sure what to think about its popularity. Let me look up this.
Yeah, Sergeant Sprinkles Sergeant Sprinkle's real name is actually David Foster Wallace. And this was his follow-up to Infinite Jest.
Okay, it looks like he's not in jail. It looks like he's posting recently.
They have internet in insane asylums.
I don't know how DeviantArt works, but
they have internet in
that is true. It might be that.
Yep.
The funniest thing is when I type it in, the first thing I see is a law firm called Decker Jones. So it's funny.
If he is a paralegal now, that is so sick.
Drecker Jones. It'd be so funny if he's like defending people in court, and that's like what he did for fun.
I don't want to have to cut off your horn. Mr. Jones, would you stop it? I don't want to have to scalp the defendant.
Sergeant Sprinkles. Okay. So, yeah. There's a bunch of different alternate endings, different versions people have seen. There was an animation, I remember. Someone made an animation of this way back when, because I remember seeing clips from it when I was a kid.
The sheer thought that a child had the idea to not only twice, but 3 times use an adrenaline shot to wake their victim so they could feel and experience more of this torture is so haunting to think that a child knows that. I was like trying to think when I'm younger, I don't think I really understood what adrenaline did. So the idea that a child knew that, it scares me even more. There's so many layers to this that's just so great. And they wrote the sociopath in such a believable way. Really, I mean, I just have to tip the cap.
I'm looking on the MLP fan art website, and there's a bunch of unofficial alternate endings. Some of the highlights include Pinkie Pie serves the cupcakes she made out of Rainbow Dash to her friends and then asked Twilight if she thought the cupcakes tasted like rainbows. No pony catches on to the fact that they are eating Rainbow Dash. When she is, the whole story was a nightmare, blah, blah, blah. This one's great. Celestia's Everfree Forest Ranger Hoof SWAT team storms the cellar, prevents Pinkie Pie from applying lethal damage to Rainbow Dash, and takes her into custody. Another version, the police show up and kill Pinkie Pie.
I kind of love that too. I love the My Little Pony SWAT team comes in and it's just like, freeze!
That's such a fun idea.
Also, how do they not deliver the final blow? Like, if it's like towards, I'm like, that fucking pony's dead. That pony's going to die.
Yeah.
You would have been a nice ending too, is that if Rainbow Dash did survive this whole ordeal, Rainbow Dash is like blind, missing a fucking leg, in a wheelchair in an insane asylum, and like she sees its nubs, whatever. And so it's just like, you made it out all right, and we're so happy you survived. And then Rainbow Dash is like, what's the point? Some kind of existential thing, and she's just like, I'll never fly again.
Right. Yeah. I think that's I think it's good if it becomes like a war drama, like a Jacob's Ladder kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's all a parallel for like faith and belief and stuff like that, and like all this other stuff. Yeah, that'd be so sick.
And then it hard cuts back to her dying on the table, like it was all just like her trial of faith.
Yeah, it's like all that happened in like the last few seconds of her life. That was her life flashing before her eyes. It's sick. Well,
Rainbow Dash eventually loses her sanity and kills Pinkie Pie. In an alternate version of the story, Rainbow Dash brings Pinkie Pie to the hospital and they reconcile.
Oh my God. Of course there's somebody who's like, yeah, but a happy ending would be kind of cool though. Yeah. Hey, actually, I totally forgive you. I totally forgive you for cutting off my wings and torturing me and shooting my cupcake out of my bladder or whatever and using it like a fucking, like Bon Scott and AC/DC, whatever. Really appreciate that. Well, that's your story for this week. I honestly am thrilled. This was this was a nice refresher, man. I really enjoyed this one.
I'm glad this meant so much.
It did. It really did. And I hope we get more of this kind of stuff in the future, because this is what we also need, man. This is what creepypastas are. This is creepypasta.
Admittedly, better than I remembered, but still, I can never forgive you for putting this out there. There's going to be a thumbnail with my face on it that's related to My Little Pony forever.
You're going to be having sex with a My Little Pony. That's what I'm going to do.
No, you bet. I'm saying this right, 100. Do not do that. I have a reputation to keep in my community, my place.
No, I would never do that. I would never do that.
Yes, you would.
I would
if
never
I give you permission to do that in a heartbeat.
I would never do it. Thank you so much to our audio listeners for listening over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and stuff. And also a huge shout out to our patrons. We appreciate you. Everyone, we will see you in the next one. Stay creeped.
The one of me being collared by an old man was bad enough. Do not put me in a compromising situation with a horse. Thank you. The end. Bye.
high into the creepy pasta clouds, and we're reading a story called Necrosleep, which won a Pasta of the Month on Creepypasta Wiki. Back when is this? 2014?
It was written 2014, but it won January of 2015.
Okay, cool. So that is we're doing looking back on or looking on the website. We were looking for a story to read today, and we saw this one and thought it was pretty sweet. So or interesting from a glance, and it seems like it has like a bunch of really awesome comments and stuff. And we just got done doing the Japanese episode that had like a bit of the like the post, like the guy who's like commenting and stuff. And I think this might
The
be
train station.
Yeah, I think this one might be somewhat similar of a man making post or like or at least trying to reach out to people via online or something, or maybe even just talking about a website. I'm not sure, but it seems similar, and I really like the vibe of the train story, so I figured we'd read this one too.
Yep, this story was written by Limnaskate64. He wrote this back in 2014, and it seems a lot of people are pretty hyped about it. If you go to website's formatted not the best, but if you go to his Creepypasta Wiki profile, you can see him talking to other users, and one of them is friend of the show, Imperial Invective, or Travis.
Love Travis.
And it looks like he reached out to him all the way back in 2014 and was like, "Hey man, good story." And then Limnaskate said he was writing another one, but at least on the Creepypasta Wiki, that never came out. So it looks like this guy had a one-hit wonder that won Post of the Month. A lot of people were really hype about it. And then he hasn't posted in 12 years. So.
Isn't that is that one hit wonder, or is that a man batting 1,000? Flawless
That's true.
victory.
That's true. That's true. If you get onto the Yankees once and hit a grand slam and quit, everyone will remember you.
I think you will. I mean, if that's the only thing that you've ever hit was a grand slam, I think it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, just in case Limnaskate's still out there, sees this, and wants to continue writing, we're going to link his Creepypasta Wiki profile in the description. So if Limnaskate's out there and wants to update with something new or wants to remain the mysterious Shadow Man, we'll throw the ball in his court. But this one looks pretty cool. If you scroll through because the Creepypasta Wiki, I'll be the first to say, has some real losers in there. But if you scroll through Post of the Month, you'll typically find cream of the crop in a lot of cases. And this one sounds cool, so we're going to check it out. And again, Imperial Invective is known for excellent stories back to back. So if he likes it, I think I'm going to like it.
And also just want to shout out our audio listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please give us a nice rating there if you want to listen over there. And also to our beautiful patrons who get exclusive stories and just get everything ad-free as well. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to check it out and check out all the other goodies that we have there. Now, Isaiah, without further ado, are you ready?
I'm ready to get into it. Are we really starting this early? No meandering, no.
I know. Well, I think this is I think we're
scary.
keeping a good pace. I think that this is I'm
scared.
excited to get in. I will say looking at the wiki page here, there is one image that is of the necrosleep.net webpage, and I don't know why. I just keep thinking fear.com. It's giving me like similar vibes. Remember that?
What was fear.com? Was that like the website with all the
it was a movie from 2002.
had like creepy videos?
Well, fear.com was I'm thinking of just the website or the movie from 2002.
The movie?
Yeah. It was during like the .com kind of boom thing, and they're just like, what if there was a creepy website where you died? That kind of thing. I don't really remember I don't remember the movie actually being that good, but I will say the poster or the cover of the movie scared the shit out of me when I was younger.
Oh, of the distorted face.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
That is a classic early 2000s distorted face look. It's got Natasha McElhone, I think that's her name. She played the wife in the Truman Show, I think. Is that right? No, she played the girl that Truman actually loved in the Truman Show. Yeah, yeah. Laura Linney played the wife. That's right. Yeah.
And the guy who played Frost in Blade. Can't remember his name. Wanted to say Ethan Hawke. Definitely not Ethan Hawke. Can't remember his name.
Steven Dorff.
Yeah, Steven Dorff. He's also in those. Like,
yes,
I tried to quit smoking, but I had to get on this. Whatever.
Right. He's the cop that keeps chain smoking the whole time, and he's like, "Oh, so it's like a."
No, I think Steven Dorff is in a legitimate medical commercial where it's like, "I use this patch to quit smoking." That's how I also remember him from.
Oh, of course. His grand slam of the quit smoking commercial. I'm looking at his IMDb right now. He's in one of those guys who's in movies that can't be real. Like there's a movie called Felon where it just shows two prisoners. There's one called Gunslinger where he's holding a gun. Mobland where, that's John Travolta. That's an AI John Travolta holding a gun.
He reminds me of like an Ethan Hawke. It's like the cool guy, whatever. You know, it's like the guy he's in a little more of the edgy stuff. Where he's kind of in he's in a bunch of like horror films, and he's also in a bunch of like other random movies. I feel like Ethan Hawke, like Steven Dorff and Ethan Hawke, are just in a bunch of shit. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
But every now and then Stephen Hawke's in something like First Reformed, and it's like, oh well, that's fine. You can do whatever you want now. All right. Anyway, yeah, Necros. There we go. Now I feel better. We meandered a bit. I diverted. It became confusing. Now I feel like I could start the story. Excellent. All right. Necrosleep. Cold case file. Necrosleep.net. April 18th, 2023. The following account is the only surviving evidence supporting the existence of Necrosleep.net. The blog data was downloaded by a concerned reader just before it vanished from the internet in 2014. The data was not recovered until 9 years had passed. These are the final days of Reed Murdoch, written in his own words. Okay, so this was posted in 2014, so at the time 2023 was just saying 9 years from now someone's going to find this, right?
That I don't know. I can't tell. It's hard to tell with. Sometimes it's hard to tell with how Creepypasta Wiki is like.
I'm pretty sure this was posted. Everything I've seen, it looks like it was posted in 2014. I don't think that was an addendum made.
So this is okay. So this is just a. Do you think
at the time it was 9 years in the future? People find this.
Okay.
I think.
I see.
So the only details for our story now is that these are the final days of Reed Murdoch. So
great name, by the way.
My Disconnected Life. Blog by Reed Murdoch. October 16th, 2014. Hey guys. So I've decided to start. Should I do this in a YouTuber voice before it goes bad?
No.
Okay. Hey guys. So I decided to. All right. Hey guys. So I've decided to start a blog about my new life. Most of you reading this are probably my friends and acquaintances. For the rest of you, I'll expose a little bit about myself. My name's Reed. I just moved out of my stupid parents' basement, thank God, and now I'm pursuing my own life where no one can push me. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to. Hey guys, so I've decided to start a blog about my new life. Most of you are reading this are probably my friends and acquaintances, but for the rest of you, I'll expose a little bit about myself. My name's Reed. I just moved out of my stupid parents' basement, thank God, and now I'm pursuing my own life where no one can push me around anymore. Technically, I'm the one who ditched the place, but they all kicked me out beforehand. Nobody gives a damn about a crackhead like me, not even my parents. Not that I care.
Okay, so we are under the assumption here that Reed's a bit of a fractured character. He's a bit of a broken man, a crackhead who was living at home who definitely got kicked out of his parents' house probably for smoking crack.
Well, is he an actual crackhead, or is that in the way? Is that like the white girl, like, oh, I'm such a crackhead way? That wasn't really a term in 2014, right? I don't even think I've heard someone say, oh, I'm such a crackhead. I mean, how? You've never heard that? No, I feel like all the time it's like, my second coffee today. I'm being such a crackhead. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe it is then. I'm under the assumption that this is a full-blown drug addict that we're going to be dealing with. I mean, if he got kicked out of his parents' house, yes. I would agree with that. I don't think if you like stay up till 11 p.m., your parents are like, on the street, go, be gone. Anyways, I'm doing my own thing now. I had to give up a few luxuries. My mom's hellacious cooking, not worthy of being called a luxury. I'd much rather live off discount ramen noodles anyways. Sometimes I'll even have corn on the side when I'm feeling extra fancy. Speaking of fancy, I'll admit my apartment is anything but. It's the cheapest one I could find, in fact. I find the saying, you get what you pay for, to be especially true when I'm trying to sleep to the lulling sound of what I can only guess is some old lady getting mugged in the dark alley next door. My ghetto sanctuary consists of one living room, a kitchenette, a bathroom, and a closet. The walls are practically made of cardboard, and the carpet is stained with God knows what, but it's good enough for me. Living with me is my poor excuse for a cat named Twig. She's one of those weird hairless breeds, and in turn, a real conversation piece. I'm often asked why the cat's turned inside out, or if she was a victim of some perverse taxidermy project gone wrong. Shoddy as my life seems, living on the cheap has its benefits. My cost of living's next to nothing, so I can make enough money to survive by doing odd jobs on the internet without ever leaving the house. I spend half the month writing bogus reviews for products I've never used and filling out surveys on political issues I know nothing about, then spend the other half surfing the web and watching pirated reruns of The X-Files. I don't even have to pay for internet service thanks to my neighbor's complete failure to secure their Wi-Fi hotspot. I bet their data overages are through the roof now. Oh well, not my problem. I'll be updating this blog every day or two if I'm up to anything interesting. Thanks for reading this boring crap. Hopefully my life will get a little more exciting in the days to come. Read.
End of
I feel
blog
like all
one.
the stories you talk about, like pre-YouTube,
Yeah.
I feel like that could just fit into any one of them, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
What do you mean?
Just one day you could just be talking and be like, yeah, so I was in this one room apartment with my hairless cat. I had a hairless cat named Twig for a while, and the neighbor didn't lock their Wi-Fi, so I did that. But I just watched the X-Files all day and did fake surveys for money.
I did have a horrible apartment experience when I was living in LA.
Look at that. Go ahead.
I lived in this, like, they said it was a 1-bedroom, which is like the biggest lie. I mean, it's so stupid. It was this tiny apartment, and they're like, oh, it's 1-bedroom apartment. And I was like, well, that's fine. It's only me. And then I went in there. It's half a wall. So it's like, there's not even a full wall. It's like almost like a bar, like a bar countertop.
Yeah.
So they just put in like half a wall, and they're like, okay, well, this is your bedroom. And you're like, okay, here's my half privacy wall. But the biggest thing with this was that there was this like I was caught in the middle basically of a rivalry between families. There was these 2 Indian families that lived in the apartment complex. And I had no.
Now we're in the meat of this. That was the appetizer. I was like picking at the dumplings. There's a few chips, but now the steak's here. All right.
Well, I lived on the first floor, and across from me was this Indian family, and I would say predominantly in this apartment complex. I mean, it was a lot of Indian families, and just like a lot of people living in their apartments. Like, I mean, it might have been 2 bedrooms, but there was maybe 8 people living there. It was just a lot of people. It was just a lot of people. And across from me, there was one family, and then the people who lived above me on the second floor, they hated each other. I don't know really to what extent, but I would hear them screaming. I just had war flashbacks because this guy was like their cardboard walls. That could not even be that's legitimately what it felt like. And there was this one night, this guy came out, and there was like absolute pandemonium, whatever. And in these like kind of like LA apartments, it's like kind of like not a compound, but it's like you go out, and it's whenever you step outside of your apartment, you are outside, even though you're still in your apartment complex. You know what I mean? So they would be yelling at each other, and they were like throwing all of their food, and they were throwing wet towels and all this stuff at each other, right? And it kept hitting my door, and it hit my window. So I had like all of this food and wet clothes, wet towels all over my door handle, my windows. And instead of X-Files, I was just I went through this weird period where I kept watching Pimp My Ride. So I was like watching Pimp My Ride like super loud, trying to drown out this thing. So it's Exhibit being like, damn, you're very nasty. And then above me, it's people being like, do not look at her. Do not look at her. Over and over again. I was not. It was like that, back and forth. It was absolute pandemonium. And the reason that the half wall is important is because I didn't have it doesn't go up the ceiling. So then the living room window, which saw out into the like the common area, or the sidewalk that would go like the pool and all that stuff, whatever. it was there, and I just I would be trying to sleep, and you would just see the silhouettes of these people screaming. And once again, the wet towels. I know I keep saying wet towels. Yeah, I cannot emphasize the amount of.
Why did they have wet towels?
I don't know. At first, I thought
was there
it was
a pool.
Yeah. Well, there's the pool.
Oh, okay.
But it was as if they washed it. There was only there's like a common, like a washer and dryer room in the apartment complex. Whatever.
So it's like on the way.
But the people above me, I think that they washed all of their stuff in their apartment, probably in their bath or something. I don't know. But it wasn't just. It's not like it was just like one or two. I don't know, beach towels to like dry off with. This was like bathroom towels.
It's like an entire family's
yeah.
collection of towels.
And imagine like a full, not like a hand towel, a full bath towel that you dry your body off with, soaking wet, balled up, and then like thrown as hard as they can at a guy's like window or door. It's a goddamn. It becomes artillery after a while. But it was a very chaotic time. I went broke though, and I had to leave that place. So. I would have stayed.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Where'd you go from there?
Utah. I was too embarrassed to.
Yeah, that's right.
I was too embarrassed to go back home. I already went broke before. I had to go back home.
That's
so I was
right.
like,
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
And you worked with a bunch of Mormons over there. It was an installation center or something like that.
No, it was a solar panel company.
Solar panel, that was it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they all took the Mormons I worked with.
Okay.
I took it was like a national holiday, the day Avengers Infinity War, whatever came out. They because they're all Disney adults, yeah. And they all freaked out, and they gave us the day off to see it. The day, by the way, just want to say it's a 1.5, 2 hour long movie, and they're like, better take a full work day off to figure that one out.
Okay, all right. Hold on, going back. What would the families fight over? You said don't look at her like their daughter.
I told you I don't know. It would always be big blanket statements like that where there's obviously some kind of
there's been build
happening
up leading to it
that I have
something.
no idea about. I'm like,
right.
And this is also happening. I'm bringing home groceries. I'm coming home from work. You hear these exchanges there. I might be watching Pimp My Ride in my apartment, and then you hear the kind of like the random things. It would just be like big. That was like, I remember calling my mom one time being like, I don't know what the conflict is. It would make so much more sense if it was like you cheated on my wife, or or you slept with my wife, right?
Yeah.
It was either don't look at her, which I was like, okay, well that could be maybe, I don't know, Peeping Tom or something.
Could be wife, daughter, or something.
But then the next day it would be give that back. Give it back. And you'd be like, well, what did he even take?
There might have been like a Romeo Juliet scenario going on. Like they had a couple, one of them had like a teenage son, the other a teenage daughter, I
guess, I don't know. It was a lot of people. I mean, like it was like, like a family of people. I mean, it was like a wife, a dad, kids, grandma. I mean, it was a lot of people in the
it was a generational conflict. But you would just see the explosions when they would pass each other going to laundry.
I mean, it would in the most.
That's probably why the one family washed their towels in the bath so they wouldn't have to see the other family.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. It was chaotic. If any of our listeners who's existing in an apartment right now, I really do salute you. I do not want to go back. Every apartment I've ever lived in, I always had some kind of issue. I hated it.
I've never lived in an apartment. Closest was when I was dating Kayla. She lived in the dorms at college. So I would go stay there and stuff. But obviously, everyone's same age going to classes. There's not nearly as much like familial drama. There's drama with like people getting drunk and, parties and stuff, but not that kind, not, just throwing stuff or whatever.
We always just had a bunch of very creepy, weird, apartments are just such a weird place to meet people. But anyways,
Gosh, it's so good. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, back to the story. Necrosleep.
Well, and at least so far we have at least understood this about our main character. Person, it seems like newly on their own, doesn't go out a lot, is a homebody who basically exists on the internet all day. That's pretty much what we've found out so far.
Right. Well, he got kicked out because of smoking crack.
That
is
too.
the difference between you and him. You didn't smoke. I don't think smoked crack at any point in this.
I have not smoked crack.
Scenario.
If I have, I would admit it.
You would talk about it. I know.
I don't think I would judge anyone. I don't think I would judge anyone who smoked crack maybe once. I think if they're like, well, I've done it a couple of times. I'm like, well, what did you miss the first time? You know, like what was the unanswered question?
This would be my question. What was the gap between the times? Because if someone does crack and then 3 years later they do it again, I think they're still exactly. When they do that, it's like, all right, so you were crack addict for a little while, which again, clean, totally fine. But there's a big difference between spacing them out and like grouping them all up.
Dude, I have my own personal vices with fucking food and who doesn't drink a little too much. You know what? If someone's just like, you know what, I'm on a bit of a fucking crack binge. I mean, I would say, I think I'd get taken care of, but God bless you is what I'd say.
Yeah. It's like, this isn't good for you. You need to do better. But, you know, I'm glad you can't see the things that I'm not great at. So must suck that, you know, I can see yours. So I get it. October 18th, 2014. I've decided to do something unusual. It's 3 a.m. and I intend to stay up all night. Caffeinated beverages at my side. Why am I doing this, you ask? Because I'm permanently switching to a nocturnal sleep schedule. In other words, I'll be sleeping during the day instead of the night. I have a number of good reasons for doing this. Number one, there's less people out at night, so leaving the building won't be such a dreaded thing. Number two, sunlight gives you cancer, right? Number three, screw social norms. Number four, the internet speed seems to increase substantially after midnight. Number five, it's a free country. I don't even need reasons. I like how his fifth reason is that the reasons are unneeded. So the first point's interesting. He's dreading leaving the building because of people. So it may just be because of his addiction, but he also may be a bit agoraphobic of like running into others and stuff. Also, I ran into this cool forum called Nocturnal Underground. Naturally, it's full of sun-loathing recluses and cynical misanthropes like me. How perfect. I registered straight away and found the forum dwellers to be very welcoming. It's not the most famous of internet destinations, more of a tight-knit hole in the wall for a very obscure subculture. We all seem to share general appreciation for societal disconnect, which is cool because I really thought I was the only whack job who can't stand dealing with normal people. After all, it's these normal people who are telling me I don't have the right to smoke whatever substances I damn well please, as if it's their business. I'll let you all know how this whole nocturnal thing works for me. Peace out. I feel like we have we done stories before where the protagonist is an addict of some kind?
No, I mean, I don't think that this guy's a crack addict, actually. I think that you're probably right. I think it's him just being like, oh, it's my crack addict. Because already he's starting to show like, kind of like what you're saying, like, oh, I stay up all night. I'm as twingy as a crackhead or something. Like I'm just
yeah, but then he had that line where he said,
yeah, but it's just weed or something. Like you smoke, whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be. It could just be weed or something like that. But he did get kicked out of his house. So could be actual crack. I don't know. But he clearly doesn't like other people, which I imagine this forum is where like he's going to find whatever necrosleep is and stuff. So October 21st, 2014. I'm adjusting very well to my new lifestyle. I can already tell this is the way I should have been living all along. The internet is a far more interesting place during the night. Everything has been fairly normal lately, except for one thing. Yesternight, I guess yesternight would technically be a word. Yesternight, I received a mysterious private message on Nocturnal Underground. Here it is. Copy and pasted for your reading pleasure. To Reedman 07 from Revelation 666. Subject, necrosleep.net.
Congratulations, Reedman07. You've been invited to an invitation-only website that will change your life forever. Discover what society doesn't want you to know at necrosleep.net. Use your exclusive invitation code to enter DCLXVI find out what you've been missing your entire life. Necrosleep.net.
That is Roman numerals for 666 too.
Okay, so DCLXVI is?
DCLXVI is 666. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
666. Yeah.
I see.
So, and it was also, the name was Revelation 666. So, probably fine.
This episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. Buying glasses does not have to be so complicated. Oftentimes, it's hard to tell if the glasses are going to fit your face or if you're being charged for a fair price. Why are they asking me to do this? I don't wear glasses. I don't know anything about this.
I literally wear Warby Parker glasses.
Do you like Warby Parker?
Yeah, these are 15 or 10 years old. Well, they're old.
Why don't you get new ones? Are you allergic to just spending money on quality things?
These are $100.
That is why I'm in love with Warby Parker. Nothing comes close to Warby Parker on quality, price, selection, and customer service. Their virtual try-on feature lets you try before you buy with your phone. You can try on tons of frames on your face in real time, letting you feel good about your choice you make. Warby Parker has tons of options, and you can get lenses in prescription, non-prescription, progressive, and even as readers. Right away, you can tell the difference in quality, and they have been the perfect partner for long drives and late-night streams. So ditch your old, unreliable glasses and grab a pair from Warby Parker. Their prescription glasses start at $95, allowing you to look stylish at an affordable price. Nick, come here. These are Warby Parker glasses.
These are 10 years old, guys. Look, the quality. They're perfect.
Plus, Warby Parker has distributed over 20 million pairs of glasses to people in need through their Buy a Pair, Give a Pair program. Warby Parker gives you quality and better-looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the going price. Our listeners get 15% off plus free shipping when they buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses at warbyparker.com/creepcast. That's 15% off when you buy 2 pairs of glasses at warbyparker.com/creepcast. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please show your support and tell them that we sent you there specifically in person with a gun. Thank you so much to Warby Parker for sponsoring the episode. Now back to the fucking episode.
I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Brunt Workwear. I wouldn't consider this job labor, but when I do actual labor, as few and far between as that may be, it seems a lot of the brands that are comfortable aren't that durable, and the brands that are durable don't really care about your comfort. Thankfully, someone's decided to make the best of both worlds, and that someone is Brunt Workwear. Brunt boots are as stylish as they are comfortable and durable. They sent me a pair, which I greatly appreciate. And this boot, the Soft Toe Marin, is waterproof, leather, comfortable. You don't have to sacrifice on jobs that count. Brunt's founder, Eric Gerard, grew up blue collar and saw that a lot of work companies were becoming fashion companies. So Brunt's determination was to make leather boots that didn't have a break-in period or stiff leather or give you sore feet. And their options include things like waterproof and soft toe or safety toe or lace up or pull on. As a matter of fact, Brunt is so confident in their boots that during their trial period, you can wear them to the job site. That's right, you don't just try on the boots and walk around your home, they want you to work in them and see if you notice a difference. If you don't, you can send them back for a full refund. Brunt also makes things like heavy-duty pants, jackets, and hoodies to ensure that you're well equipped and comfortable wherever you are. Brunt was tired of seeing brands cut corners and wanted you to be comfortable whatever you're doing. And for a limited time, our listeners can get $10 off their order when they use code CREEPCAST at checkout. That's right, just head to the link in the description at bruntworkwear.com and use discount code CREEPCAST to get $10 off your Brunt Workwear order today. And after you check out, if you could let them know we sent you, it would really mean a lot. Thank you to Brunt for sponsoring the show. Their link will be in the description, and we are now back to the episode. Sounds like a total scam, but it piqued my interest. I couldn't resist going to the site just to see what the hell it was. So, I went there and arrived at a completely empty black page. I noticed a text cursor blinking in the center, indicating that I could type. I presumed that this was where I was supposed to put in the invitation code, and I presumed correctly. When the homepage loaded, I immediately noticed that all of the text was in Russian besides the title header, which simply said necrosleep.net in English. My web browser automatically detected that the site was Russian and offered to translate it for me, so of course I clicked yes. Now, the site was clearly on the shady side. Whoever made it was certainly not well versed in web design, as it had more in common with a notepad document than a good web page. The background was black, the white text was written in the oh-so-generic Courier font, and under the title header was a row of red hyperlinks labeled as follows: Main, Purchase, Secret, and credit. Here's an excerpt from the main page.
Welcome to necrosleep.net. This website is invitation only. Selected visitors have exclusive access to our special product that will change your life forever. Necrosleep is a product that safely negates the biological necessity of sleep. Thanks to our miraculous secret formula, with 1 pill a day, you will never feel the need to sleep again. Try it for yourself by clicking the purchase link. If Necrosleep doesn't change your life, we will offer you a complete refund. Your astonishment is guaranteed. I like that. That's
interesting.
That's really fun.
Yeah. This is Russian sleep experiment territory with the whole, if you stay awake long enough, you unlock something, or you quit staving something off you didn't realize you've been staving off your whole life. That's cool. What a bold claim these people are making. There's no way this stuff actually works. Otherwise, everyone would be taking it. Obviously, I was skeptical, and still am, but I snooped around the site a bit more, just out of curiosity. I clicked the secret hyperlink, which took me to another page. Here's the text from said page.
Necrosleep is comprised of special and rare ingredients, which we cannot disclose in order to ensure that our formula stays in private hands. In order to keep our product available, it can only be distributed through alternative means on an exclusive basis. The active ingredient in Necrosleep has been sought after for years by doctors and scientists intending to displace sleep with wakefulness. Only we have managed to do what others could not, as permitted by the will of our master. We can assure you with full confidence that our product will change your life and you will never feel the need to sleep again. Feel free to indulge in our secret.
I'm assuming Master is the devil or something adjacent, given all the 666
I
stuff
hope not.
so far.
I hope not. Probably, but
I mean, the name of the account was Revelation 666.
I mean, I get
You know?
that. I'm just saying,
I agree. It'd be more impressive if it doesn't, or if they never, allude further as to what Master is. But I'm just bear trapping right now. That's probably the direction.
It's not a fucking bear trap when 666 is plastered all over the page. But okay, I guess if you want to call that a bear trap.
Well, no, I think that would be a bear trap because that requires some previous knowledge of what 666 means, and I also had to read Roman numerals, which is hard. And it said Master, so I'm just putting pieces together. It can be a beaver trap. Have you seen beaver traps? They're like bear traps but smaller, and they don't have teeth.
I have not.
Alternative means more like black market. Whatever's going on here doesn't appear to be legal exactly. Not that I care about the law. I just get untrustworthy vibes from this site. Anyways, I continued on and clicked the credit hyperlink. My heart skipped a little when I was confronted with honestly the most uncanny photo of a living person I've ever seen. It was an old black and white photo of a tall man in a doctor's coat. If he wasn't standing upright, I'd say the guy was dead. But my guess is that he was just cadaverously unhealthy and probably blind from the looks of his pale, lifeless eyes. Not a trace of emotion could be found in his face. There is a small bit of text below the photo which reads as follows.
Credit for the pioneering of Necrosleep goes to the brilliant Dr. Hale A. Sate. Oh my God. Oh boy. Please, Lord, don't do this. Please, God. Lord, are you drinking near me? It's Hunter. Please.
Hale A. Stan.
Please, Lord. Okay. Brilliant Dr. Hale A. Stan, proxy of our master and founder of the Ukrainian Institute of Occult Medicine. His work lives on.
Ukrainian Institute of Occult Medicine. Okay. It is. I was going to make a joke before the Hale A. Stan about like, oh, look at our brilliant leader. And it's like a corpse just stood up. Hale A. Stan. All right. Proxy of our master, occult medicine. Maybe I've watched too many horror movies, but this isn't your typical snake oil sales pitch. Maybe they're part of some deranged religious group or something. I admit I was slightly creeped out, but more fascinated. Click the purchase hyperlink out of mere curiosity once again. Turns out each pill costs some absurd amount of Russian currency, which I found out was equal to about $130 per pill. Ridiculous. Not that I would buy them, even if I could. I immediately left the site. At this point, I'm guessing it's probably a lousy foreign credit card scam or some weird cult initiative. Either way, it made my day more interesting than it normally would have been. Next blog post, October 22nd, 2014. I posted a thread on Nocturnal Underground about the mystery user who sent me the strange PM. I found myself wanting to know more about this whole necrosleep.net thing, so as part of my investigation, I sought to find out who the user was. Here's a transcript of the forum thread. Hey guys, I hope I'm not disrupting the order of things by posting this in the trolling and harassment section. I didn't know where else to put it. I figured this incident of mine might qualify as a spam case if other people are getting the same advertisement message I am. Basically, the other day, I got a PM from a user I've never seen before called Revelation 666, and the message was an advertisement for some supplement. Has anyone seen this user on the forums before? I sure haven't. If you have any information, that'd be great.
Cosmic Trash Bin says, I don't recognize the username. Must be fairly new or just inactive. What were the exact contents of the message? We could probably get an admin to ban him for advertising.
Here's a screen cap of the message.
Strange. Did you actually go to the website? I hope not. It's probably infested with viruses.
Just tried going there. It's just a black screen. The invite code didn't work either. It just gave me a pop-up box that said invalid IP.
Of course I went there. I couldn't resist.
Doesn't work for me either. Invalid IP. If it only works for Readman07, maybe it's bound to his IP somehow. Can you get some screenshots of the site? You've sparked my interest.
Here you are. The page was initially in Russian, so I had my browser translate it.
Looks shady as hell.
Wow. Don't even mess with it. You're asking for trouble just by clicking the link. You're probably being keylogged as we speak. Not to mention the product they're selling is probably laced with cyanide. If he's stupid enough to buy it, well, the gene pool is better off without him anyways. Never trust a Russian.
I'm Russian and I find that offensive.
You just said you were Asian last week. Make up your damn mind.
I leave this thread for 5 minutes and chaos ensues. Everybody calm the expletive down. Of course I'm not going to mess with it. These supposed miracle pills are $130 each anyways. Who do you think I am, Johnny Cash?
Just because his name was Johnny Cash doesn't mean he was rich or had lots of cash or whatever.
What? Of course he was rich, you dumb son of a bitch. He's Johnny's fucking Cash.
Whose bright idea was it to equip this form with a profanity filter anyways? It's stupid.
Before this thread deteriorates any further, let me just say, I've put tape over my webcam just in case something slipped past my antivirus, but it's probably just a credit card scam or something. I'll do some research on it tomorrow. Sun's been up for 3 hours and I'm running low on energy drinks.
I'll contact one of the admins about this. Spam isn't tolerated here. I ought to see if they're willing to install the profanity filter plugin as well.
I got a message later on from HG Wishing Wells, that's a good name, one of the admins, saying that the user Revelation 666 doesn't exist in the database, that the only way I could have received the message is if the mail client was bypassed somehow. In other words, somebody hacked the system just to send me a spam message. What the hell?
You know, so far, I like the idea of, well, first off, the kind of like the comedy that they're adding to the story is funny, but then also I like that the idea of somebody contacting you via the internet or this forum page or website just to be like, hey, we have this awesome product. Like, if it didn't have all of like the obvious Satan stuff, I feel like the idea that it's like that beat right there would have revealed that it's okay, well, either somebody's hacking this thing or it's almost like a fucking ghost is contacting me or something, like a little more paranormal or something. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Or even if you take out the paranormal in general and it is someone just being like, they bypass and they want to talk to you directly and to set up that, that mystery.
For some reason, right when I made the decision to start sleeping through the day, I'm contacted by this person who says I don't have to sleep anymore. I think that would be pretty cool. The Satan takes a lot of wind out of the sails.
I'm not going to be a previous hunter would be rolling his eyes and huffing and puffing.
You literally did that.
Well,
you did that exact thing.
I mean, continuously, and I would be like, "This is bad." Blah blah blah. I'm saying that I'm having faith that this is going to course correct, and that it will pay off.
Now, what changed in you? Why are you not previous hunter right now?
I think after one, you read so much stuff that you just after a while, not that you become desensitized to it, but I think that you have to have some semblance of faith that something is it's going to be better. You know what I mean?
Right. You have to hope.
And also, who just wants to listen to a fucking Debbie Downer the whole time? It's like, you know, like we're having fun reading it. I don't think that this story is like bad so far. I think it's kind of cute. We'll see.
All right. We'll see if you keep this positive disposition. October 23rd, 2014. I finally got around to Googling NecroSleep. The results were mostly irrelevant YouTube channels and defunct 90s Screamo bands from the looks of it, but I noticed among the garbage results a link to a post on fastmd.com. The preview said,
"Does anyone know if this NecroSleep stuff actually works?"
So I clicked on it, only to be directed to a page stating the post you're looking for has been deleted and no longer exists. Should have known. Nothing can ever be easy or predictable. I returned to the results and had to scan over several pages of them before finally running into an old gaming forum thread where the website necrosleep.net was mentioned. This time, the post hadn't been deleted. In the middle of a conversation about maximizing crop production in some medieval strategy game, one of the users claimed to have taken NecroSleep in order to tend to his virtual farm 24 hours a day. Needless to say, the other forum patrons were highly skeptical. The guy posted a link to necrosleep.net in an attempt to back up his claim, ultimately failing to convince him because, you guessed it, the site was bound to his IP address. He also had the same invitation code as me, DCLXVI, leading me to believe that it's just a formality intended to make you feel special. But that doesn't explain why and how my IP, and apparently someone else's, got singled out. Again, it's like finding people who have made the determination to not sleep or to not sleep.
And I think that's pretty fun. Also, this idea too of the chronic online culture, or even like a guy being like, I need to tend to my video game for 24 hours a day. It's almost like it is almost making like a deal with the devil, you know? And once again, it's like that concept would be so much funnier or so much funner if it wasn't Dr. Haley Stan.
Hail A Stan.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. I would respect this story pretty big if that was all a misdirect. Maybe
it is. Maybe it is. It's just so on the nose that I'm hoping it's just like it's misdirect. Yeah.
Hail A Stan. The braggart then claimed that there was irrefutable proof of his ceaseless wakefulness in his in-game score. In relation to the length of time his account had existed, his score was excessively high. So high, in fact, that it would be impossible for him to attain so high a score in so short a time frame, unless he was playing the game for at least 21 hours a day, which leaves practically no time for sleeping. Despite all that, they attributed his accomplishment to an automatic bot program that operated the game for him during the night. Since cheating in this way is against the game rules, his account was promptly banned, according to the moderator at the end of the thread. Sure enough, in little red letters below his forum avatar were the words, "Banned for bot abuse, 8/12/2006. I couldn't find any more relevant results for NecroSleep or necrosleep.net other than what I just told you about. Looks like these online dope dealers are pretty stealthy. I'm just dying to know what their real motives might be, because I could think of a million better ways to steal someone's credit card number or peddle quack remedies. Could be a prank, but evidently, this has been going on since 2006 at least. Perhaps some jokes just never die.
I kind of read that ending as him also being like, I think he's starting to come around to like something like, I think he believes that this thing is not just a scam. Like I think that he's like,
he's starting to be like, ha guys, funny joke, ha.
Actually believing that there's some kind of product or something. This idea too, though, of I really I love this idea of like, or why do you think they let that only? That's the only thing. Or let me rephrase what I'm saying. Why do you think that they have that still up? Like if they're being this shady and like there's no other cases of NecroSleep, why do you think that there's only like that guy, like the gamer guy? Why do you think that that's still?
If they're not actually supernatural, they might have just missed it. Maybe if it was just mentioned in a thread in 2006 about a farming game, right? Then he got banned.
The only thing
there could be other accounts like that out there. It's just so buried because, like you said, NecroSleep sounds like scary YouTube videos or metal bands and stuff like that, you know. There was a bunch of results covering it. So maybe if you do dig deep enough, you will find random. Maybe people can't make a post about it, but maybe the phrasing is mentioned in comments around the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I think what's churned his mind is like the fact that it grabbed his IP and it like basically hacked a site so that it could mail him this like offer to buy a product, and it's been doing that for nearly a decade. So I think that's why he thinks this isn't just a scam.
It's also thinking, why would a ghost even give a fuck about the pills costing anything versus usually if you just sign up for it, it's like, does this sound interesting? All right, we'll send you some, you know? So I'm wondering the financial aspect to it of, I feel like it's a ruse, or it maybe just makes it sound more mystical than what it is.
I don't think it's a ghost. I think cult's more likely. But also the money makes it.
Yeah.
Because if you got a spam ad, it's like free, just click here and give us your address. It'd be like, okay, you know. I feel like the money legitimizes it somehow. Hey, look, ghosts got to make a living. It's hard out there. If me and you invented a pill that lets you stay up all night, are we going to sell that for free? No.
I need 25 ghost dollars.
Yeah, well, which is the equivalent of like $300 USD payout.
It's 4 Bitcoin per ghost dollar.
It's, oh my gosh, it's like it's like $350,000. And that's what we would sell it for, because good YouTubers know when they have a product on their hand. October 25th, 2014. I got another PM from Revelation 666. Am I the only one who gets creeped out by that name?
Yes.
Knowing what I know now, it makes me uneasy to think about the great lengths this user went to contact me specifically. For some reason, they stealthily bypass the system just to send me these messages and make me this offer. Here's the message I received. To Readman07 from Revelation 666, subject necrosleep.net/backdoor.
Congratulations, Readman07. You've been selected to receive a free 30-day trial of NecroSleep. Claim your exclusive reward at necrosleep.net/backdoor. Find out what you've been missing your entire life, risk-free. necrosleep.net/backdoor.
All right, there it is. There you go. There's your why would they not just give it to you. Make you think it's a free product, and then they slide you the offer. Once again, my curiosity got the best of me. Bracing myself for whatever scam was coming my way, I clicked the link. I was taken to a page asking for my address, nothing more. Thought about it carefully, knowing full well that these people likely have malicious intentions. But if I entered my post office box, what's the worst that could happen? Them sending me some junk mail or faulty pills? The point is that I'll finally know what they want from me. I entered the address. October 28th, 2014. I decided to go back to the thread I posted on Nocturnal Underground and let people know what's up. Sure enough, their reactions were amusing. Conversation as follows. Well, guys, it happened again. Look at the attachment.
Don't tell me you clicked on this one too.
I did. Then it asked me for my address, but don't worry. I only entered my P.O. box.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
I take it you couldn't persuade the admins to disable the profanity filter.
No shit, Sherlock. Apparently they got a huge kick out of watching us quarrel over it.
I wouldn't be surprised if H.G. Wishing Wells sent me these weird messages just to stir up some controversy around here.
Neither would I.
The mystery has been solved. Everybody go home.
In all seriousness, I had nothing to do with this. I swear on my great-grandmother's life.
Swearing on the life of a dead person isn't exactly the most convincing way to plead.
I think the joke's gone far enough. HG, did you do it or not?
I really didn't do it. The admins and I genuinely perplexed when we saw where the message came from. Or should I say, where the message didn't come from. It was certainly not from any registered user on the inside.
If they actually send you the pills, are you gonna take them?
You couldn't pay me $1 million to try that shit. I can personally guarantee you that this stuff is too good to be true. Nothing can make you stay awake forever.
I agree with Cosmic. Don't take this any further.
Even if they do send me the pills and it's not just junk mail, I'm not going to take it unless I find some more information on it. Do you really think I'm that stupid? Chill out, guys. I probably won't update this thread anymore. So follow my blog if you want to know what's up with me. Links on my profile.
I hate this idea of him saying,
Well,
I hate the idea of him being like,
Okay, even if I got the pills, like I'm not going to take them unless I find more information on it. It's like, what? Just don't take them. Even if you vote,
I'm not going to take them unless I look at them and think about it and then take them. Then I'll do it, and you can follow on my blog, link in the description.
This episode's sponsored by Hollow Socks. Throughout the day, your feet are stuck in a game of hot and cold, freezing 1 minute and clammy the next. Thankfully, Hollow Socks is here to change the game. Hollow Socks are made with baby alpaca fiber. Wow. Fiber ensuring they're built for both warm and cold weather, long days on your feet, and everything in between. They manage the moisture on your feet, saving you from stewing in your own sweat. And their durable, no-itch knit are perfect for any type of work day. They're perfect for when I'm trapped at my desk with the AC on, and also when I'm out on a run, which I do a lot, obviously. Hollow Socks are also compression socks that are great to keep your circulation flowing after a workout or on long travel days. Also, my diabetes is rotting my foot, and it helps with that a lot too. No matter what your day looks like, there's a Hollow Sock built for it. For a limited time, Hollow Socks is having a buy two get two free sale. Head to hollowsocks.com today to check it out. That's hollowsocks.com for up to 50% off your order. And after your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please show your support and tell them that we sent you. Thank you, Hollow Socks. Back to the episode. Exactly. Yeah. If you want to see how I'm dying and I'm like bleeding from the inside out, check out my blog. I'll be writing about it.
You can watch me go through complete organ failure on my OnlyFans. Link on my profile.
Yeah, Goatsy put all the pills in my asshole. Take a picture of it. It's on my blog. It's on my OnlyFans.
You know, OnlyFans was originally intended to be like a Patreon competitor. It was just supposed to be like creators do their own thing, but they didn't moderate nudity quick enough, so here we are. Do you remember that time that OnlyFans was like, we're going to remove all adult content from the site? And then they had a meeting and immediately were like, we are not going to remove adult content.
I feel like it was like for like 20 minutes. I'm like, you would lose all of your revenue.
Yeah, so they walked into that board meeting. Someone said that at the company, and then they had a board meeting, and it's like, okay, so we are going to be making 0.05% of our current revenue if we do that. So
what about the guy
Destiny?
Go ahead.
I was just coming. Destiny doesn't choose its heroes; it finds them. What were you about to say?
Nothing.
I heard you say something about a guy shoving something. You can. There's
matter.
a thought. No, I think you should continue with whatever that was. Well, we pretty much ruled out the possibility that it's a prank by the admins. I don't think H.G. Wishing Wells would carry on a joke this long, nor would he lie so blatantly. And even if one of the other admins would prank me, I can't imagine they would do it with some Russian supplement pitch. It's just all too strange. I also want to point out that as soon as you figured out that guy was an admin, you switched into that voice.
Well, it's also like, oh my God, I have 3 voices I can do. And I'm like, now they're bringing in a 4th guy. Oh boy, here we go.
here we go. He better be the stereotype.
Like nerd kind of the,
October 30th, 2014. Last night, I had a buddy of mine deliver the mail to my doorstep in exchange for some coding work on his Flash site. I'll do just about anything to avoid leaving the building. But that's not the point. The point is that I received an envelope with no return address, and I immediately knew who it was from. That's interesting. The little side notes about him being afraid of people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he didn't really present it in context. It just kind of comes up.
It feels like it's very intentional the way it keeps getting jabbed in.
Yeah. It was old. Very old. Like it'd been sitting in a dusty attic for decades. I opened the stained envelope only to find a smaller manila envelope inside, also rather old looking. Inscribed on the small envelope was the word necrosleep and a word of advice on storing the packet in a cool, dark place for maximum potency. The words appeared to have been stamped onto the envelope rather than printed. I opened the small envelope. Sure enough, there were 30 black pills inside. More crude than what you might get from your local pharmacy. Now, before you all start freaking out, I'm not going to take these. At least not until I can dig up some more reliable information on them.
I hate them.
There it is.
I hate you so much, Reed.
Now, I know that these Russian dope dealers weren't just trying to send me junk mail. The question is, why would they send me the pills if they don't actually work? Surely they must want my money, which they wouldn't get after a failed 30-day trial. What if they're trying to kill me? I never did have a good feeling about any of this, but the curiosity is killing me. This guy just needs to be shot. I can't stand him.
Also, I like that they're black pills. It does make it seem like Reed's just going to become an ultimate doom pillar.
He takes
it.
one.
He's like, what the point?
Billions must die. Yeah.
What's even the point of us even trying to figure out this sleep?
What's the
thing?
point? Nothing ever happens.
This is just, we might as well just give up.
Nothing ever happens. We might as well. Billions must die. For me. October 31st, 2014. Halloween. It just occurred to me that I completely overlooked something. I never researched Dr. Hale A. Stan. Oh, perfect. Here he comes. The guy who apparently had something to do with necrosleep. So I did a quick Google search and found, much to my surprise, that he had his own article on Wikipedia. The article states that Dr. Stan was a Ukrainian scientist and physician. He claimed to have been directly involved in the experiments portrayed in a 1940 motion picture which documented Soviet research into the resuscitation of clinically dead organisms. Here's an excerpt from the article. This is this thing about the dog heads is real, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at it right now.
The video is a real video they did, which this is kind of graphic, but they took dogs' heads that have been decapitated and they pumped them with blood to get them to temporarily be alive, or at least look alive. And they reacted to noise and they flinched.
It's pretty unsettling. It's a very unsettling video.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's decapitated dogs, I would say. It's kind of creepy.
Well, yeah, but just the flinching and stuff. And I don't know.
Yeah, the way they're moving and stuff like that. Yeah, it was the idea of the experiment was that eventually, if we better understood like what keeps people alive, resuscitation, there could be a way to save people. There was a theory for a while that if someone had like a chronic disease, like a cancer or something that was riddled their body and they die from, could there be a way to perform like a head transplant?
Right.
If this worked, right? Stuff like that, which is an interesting idea, but pretty macabre experiments. So anyway, the motion picture Experiments in the Revival of Organisms depicts various disturbing medical experiments conducted on canines, one of which involves keeping a dog's decapitated head alive with a primitive auto-ejector machine that supplied it with oxygenated blood. The operations in the film were credited to Dr. Sergei Brakhoninko. However, Dr. Hale A. Stan incessantly claimed to be the one who really conducted the experiments and invented the auto-ejector, and that they only credited Brakhoninko because Stan was sentenced to life in prison for illegally conducting gruesome experiments on humans. You know, like you do. He believed that because he had consent from his test subjects, albeit through bribery, he had not committed an immoral crime. The Lenin Prize was awarded to Brakhoninko for the auto-ejector, while Stan remained in permanent imprisonment. It wasn't until they discovered the lost footage of his morbid human experiments that they had him executed by lethal injection. His last words, spoken in an unidentified language, died with him. Dr. Hale A. Stan was rumored to have pioneered a variety of cures for major conditions such as narcolepsy and epilepsy. However, the results were not published in a scientific manner, and therefore the majority of his alleged accomplishments were unverifiable, as well as seemingly occult in nature. The number of people he apparently cured of various incurable afflictions between 1930 and 1940 was in the thousands. Attempts to replicate his documented remedies ultimately failed, leading most to believe he was practicing pseudoscience. It's believed by some that Dr. Hale A. Stan has a following to this day, and that his miracle cures are still being practiced and peddled from Russia and Ukraine. Some claim to have received mysterious emails and offers pertaining to Dr. Hale A. Stan's work. All investigations revealed no evidence to support these claims. So I imagine the idea there is that he was a healer through witchcraft or like occult worship and stuff like that. And that's why it can never be replicated, because the missing ingredient was the magic or the witchery of it.
Mama, wipe my butt because this is stinky.
What?
Did you like that?
What was that?
Just a kind of a way for me to signify that I thought that was just stinky. Didn't really like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're being good. I will admit this is good, Hunter. Compared to old Hunter, this is good, Hunter.
I'm trying to keep you know what it is I'm legitimately pretty interested in this weird dark web. I don't really know if the dark web is how do you think the dark web is really that touched upon in terms of like horror stories? I know that there's some that we've done, but not enough, right? I would say in the grand scheme of things, we
I remember the hidden web page and stuff like
I'm not
that.
saying
But
that
no,
it's
we
not
haven't read a
totally
ton.
untouched, but I'm just saying that this idea of
we
these,
haven't read a ton.
this idea of like a dark web forum is legitimately creepy. Also, it's a thing too that's like this is a real thing that could happen in real life, and every time that I see the word Dr. Hale A. Stan, I want to drive my fucking fist through my monitor. So I'm just trying to juggle these emotions I'm feeling.
Right. That's fair. And again, I'm going to say again, you're doing good. And I'm proud of you. You're being very brave right now. And I know this is hard for you. But your monitor didn't hurt you. And the story has good elements like the email, stuff like that. Right.
I feel like you could get rid of all the doctor stuff. And if it was just if it was all anonymous people on the internet, to me, that's just so much scarier.
Hunter,
with what kind of
I want you to do something. I want you to put your hands forward, like on the sides of your keyboard, and I want you to close your eyes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm doing the same. So it's like through the screen we're holding hands right now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to imagine looking into my eyes.
I'm doing it.
And I'm saying, this isn't you. If we could build the world together. Did that help?
It did.
Make you
Thank
feel
you.
better?
I feel better.
That's good. That's good. All right. We'll continue the story. I can't wait to watch the recording back and you just like when I did that, just completely bent over, pants pulled down.
Yeah, I'm goat-seeing the camera.
No, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking. No, I'm definitely looking for real. I'm looking.
I was doing that. I had my pants down. I spread my ass cheeks open. My asshole was there, and I was singing that song from Looney Tunes that Frog does. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my rock girl. That's what I was doing. Yeah. And I was puffing on a cigar too for my asshole.
Perfect.
I was doing that.
Perfect. Yeah, I couldn't tell a difference. So, November 1st, 2014. I'm holding the pill in my hand, ready to take it at a moment's notice.
I hate you, Reed.
Here he is. Here he goes. I've been thinking hard about this. I know it's not the safest thing to do, but I'm a risk taker. If this turns out badly, I don't have much to live for anyways. Life's nothing without danger. And I want to know the motives
Also,
of these people more than anything.
Don't you stay inside all day?
Life's nothing without danger.
Life's nothing without
Says
danger.
the man who won't step outside of the house.
He's afraid to go outside. Dude, fuck yourself, Reed. Fuck this guy.
She's
fucking
a
hate Reed.
maniac on the floor.
Life is nothing without danger. And I want to know the motives of these people more than anything.
He's listening to Kenny Loggins on his bed wearing sunglasses.
Exactly.
Life's nothing
I can't
without
believe
danger.
I woke up today. Danger.
There's a bed sheet stapled to the window. Life's nothing without danger.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick my nose and put it on my booger wall.
That's like Asmongold's blood wall. I think about that all the time. Do you remember that?
No.
He posted a photo of like his old bed where he's like, can't believe I started here. And there was blood all over the wall. And someone was like, what's with the blood on the wall? And he replied and said, I used to have a condition where my gums would bleed. So when I woke up in the morning, I would just wipe it on the wall.
It's pretty gross.
It's like, what the?
Pretty nasty.
The blood wall.
You like that, Isaiah?
It's like, are you an animal? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah,
It's like-
kind of.
That's the kind of thing I would worry about, like a pet rabbit doing in its cage all day. It's like, oh, it got more mouth blood on the wall. What is wrong with you? Oh, I need to know what they want from me. I need to know what I'm missing. There's only one way to find out. November 3rd, 2014. I can't believe it. It's actually working. I haven't slept in 3 days and I don't feel remotely tired. Holy hell. I've never felt so focused and stimulated in my life. I don't know what's in this stuff, but it works. I don't know how long it's going to work exactly, so I'm not going to get my hopes up. But the claim is that I'll never need to sleep again, ever. So far, so good. So, okay, is he just staying awake nonstop in his room, in his one room, just not stepping outside?
I mean, I think that's the assumption, yeah, is that he's just like, I'm just awake every day in my apartment.
What a cool reason to stay up for nonstop, to do nothing.
Well, life
with
is
it.
dangerous, and then it's not life without danger. So.
Yeah. Highway to the danger zone. No. As he scrapes blood on the blood wall. Take me under your mind. Just thinking about a guy who wakes up, like smears blood on the wall.
It's fucking disgusting.
Top Gun. He's listening to the Top Gun soundtrack, and he just like for 48 hours straight, he's
Listen to
just
you.
sitting up on the side of his bed, like bobbing his head, and like, yeah, life's danger. Yeah,
It's going to be a good day.
gonna be a big day, good day. No sunlight getting in. Entirely like strobing LEDs flickering to support his stupid little life. He's making me so mad that that's funny. Like,
We really don't even know. I know that he does like odd jobs. I mean, I guess
he does surveys. He does
what I mean is like
surveys
he just gets to like stock up on doing a bunch of like odd jobs, I guess, is his motivation.
I guess he's like, wow, I made $110 today. We're balling now. I'm moving up in the world. I got kicked out of my parents' house for smoking crack. Under your mighty wings across the sky. It's like throws up on himself, just leaves it. Take my breath away. Just flipping. He's got aviators on, cut off sleeve jean vest with no shirt underneath. Just like, yeah, rise and shine, time to grind. Gets on this board to talk about how excited he is to do nothing. I hate him.
Reed is a hard to like fella. I will say he gives off David King vibes is the problem.
He does. There's a lot of that where it's like, what is all this energy for? What are you doing with it? Nothing. And then like he's like, I'm not going to take this pill unless I find more info. I'm not going to take it. And he keeps talking about finding more info. Never typed in the name of the guy, the only information he has to go with. He talks about, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to Google. What are you doing today? Nothing. You can't type this into Google. And then he does. He's like, yeah, someone was playing a farming game. I don't know. And then 2 weeks later, he's like, oh, yeah, I should probably look up the name of this guy. I wish I could find more info about it.
Dr.
And then
Hale
he
A.
gets the
Stan.
pill.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not going to take this unless I get more info. Oh, I found more info. This guy got executed for doing death experiments. Good enough for me. I'm going to take it. And then he's just setting up nonstop. Like, under your mighty wings across the sky.
Also, to be fair, he didn't say where he found it. He said, I'm holding the pill in my hand. So it's just after after he found out about the doctor, it was like, well, what did you even find that made you?
He found
say,
out the
okay,
dude
that
was
sounds
like
good.
an occult practicer. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. I'll take it. That's fine. So I can
guess
stay
you
up
could
and do
argue,
nothing.
I guess you could argue that the Hail A. Satan supposedly healed thousands of people. So he's like, well, I mean, he did do good work, I guess.
Yeah, in pseudoscience, that's almost definitely right. And here's what gets me: if this guy had a motivation, where it's like, oh, I'm trying to take care of my family. And I just need to, I'm going to lose one of these jobs if I can. And I've been
There's only so
working
many
double
hours in the
shifts
day.
and I can't sleep. Only so many hours in the day, something like that. Right. Then I would kind of be like, well, yeah, he sees this pill as a way to, you know, take care of himself, take care of his family, things like that. But this guy's doing nothing.
Yeah, being a chronically
except
online
he doesn't
guy,
like the sun.
being a chronically online guy who admits that he's like, I really don't have a lot going on. Kind of just
I ain't got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But also, his whole reason for staying up at night is because he fears day and he fears people. Now he has to be awake during the day.
Rule number 5. I don't need a list. My fucking ways.
I
It's just
don't
a
need
free
rule
country.
number 5. Who needs rules? Not me. Not this guy. My gosh. Okay. I can't stand him. Or his blood wall. November 4th, 2014. Still works like a charm after 4 days. But lately, the light's been really bothering me. So I duct tape a piece of cardboard over the window. I never liked that window anyways. At night, I get this feeling that I'm being watched from outside. And it's been making me anxious more than usual. It's easy to think you're seeing something uncanny out the window until you realize it's just your own reflection distorted by the cheap glass pane. Anyways, that issue's been resolved. I also found something interesting when I was taking my nightly pills. Until recently, I failed to notice a symbol stamped on the side of the small manila envelope. Yes, the inside. I know I've seen the symbol before, but I can't remember where exactly. It's a downward pointing...
Oh my God.
It's a downward pointing pentagram with what I think is a goat's head inscribed within it.
God, kill me. Kill me.
Like, this next sentence is even better. Maybe they just reused an old envelope and turned it inside out or something. You know, the people who have the goat head, the satanic pentagram
God.
seals from Hail A Stan. From Hail A Stan. That thing I said earlier about just scroll and find pasta of the month. In 2014, this was special. In 2014, this was like, ooh, the devil did it. Because like we didn't have a lot to work on. But now,
Also, like on November 4th, he was like, anyone else hates seeing their reflection? Anybody else hate looking in the mirrors? I better put a piece of cardboard up so I can't see myself. Like, what is this? A pentagram with a goat's head from Dr. Hale A. Stan? Oh, jeez Louise. We better check this out. Oh my God. I just read the first sentence. Read the first sentence of the next fucking post.
November 5th, 2014. Thanks to one of my followers for pointing out something I didn't realize. The emblem inside the envelope was actually satanic symbol. Yeah. Needless to say, I'm definitely not taking this crap anymore. All right. All right. You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? This is cosmic mockery to me. Because in the Delorier invitation, it was like, it was the way I want the satanic, you know, like the right angle, speaking through technology, like the higher order stuff. Like that's what I'm all about, right? But the universe was like, oh, you like that? You like that? Well, how about Dr. Hale A. Stan? And how about he finds out that the pills that make you awake forever is satanic? And his response is, yeah. Needless to say, I'm definitely not taking this crap anymore.
Whatever. I'm dead inside.
What? Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Needless to say, I'm so mad at him. Not even the story necessarily. It's like I was around in 2014. These were the hits people were listening to. We didn't have a lot going on. I'm not even necessarily mad at him. I'm mad at the character. I'm mad at Reed as a concept. That's what's got me fired up. This sort of thing really creeps me out. I'm done. I wish I would have read that message before I took it tonight. I'll just quit tomorrow. I mean, it hasn't harmed me thus far, and I feel great. So maybe I'm just being paranoid. It's just a symbol. Probably a printing mistake or something.
What does that even mean? What is it?
The printer accidentally printed a goat's head in a pentagram. I'd be more scared
That
if it was a printer
that's
mistake.
already scarier.
That's way worse than someone doing it on purpose.
Hey, what the fuck? Yeah, I was trying to print out Crazy Frog, but it just printed the pentagram with Baphomet's head. What? Boom, boom. It's like
Ding, 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 ding. You know what? Now that you've said that, that's what I imagine this guy knows this time. He gets up. He doesn't get out of bed. He sits up in his bed, wipes blood on the blood wall, opens up his laptop, pulls up Crazy Frog, and then listens to the Top Gun soundtrack with shades on. That's his whole day. That's what he needs to stay awake for. Some grace I'll give the story that I think I'm reaching here. But maybe with his mention of paranoia, like looking out the window and stuff like that, maybe he wants to stay awake because he's afraid that someone will watch him or come to him when he goes to sleep. Right.
Sure.
So maybe. But screw that. I'm not messing around with demonic affairs. No way in hell. I'll get it. Hell's capitalized. Get it, Hunter? Get it? Like hell, like the place. Because now it's demonic. Get it? You get it. November 6, 2014. Over the past week, I've been taking one of these pills at exactly 10 p.m. each night. I planned on stopping the pills tonight, but around 10:30, I started getting this horrible headache, and it got progressively worse. I was thinking maybe it was just me adjusting to suddenly going off necro sleep, so I waited another hour, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I took another pill. I know I could quit if I wanted to, but I'm starting to think that there's no reason to. I mean, I don't have to sleep anymore. I've been feeling energized. I should just man up and stop being irrational. Yeah, you're being irrational now. I like this. I know it's demonic, but I'm starting to think there's no reason to. I'm starting to think I don't care about that. That's fine. November 9th, 2014. I've been making a killing with all this free time and newfound focus. I've made $5,000 in a single day of trading virtual property. That's not including my online poker proceeds over the last week, which are through the roof. Suddenly, I have this intuitive grasp of numbers that I never had before. I've been living my life in a daze until now. They were right. This really is changing my life. So it's like it's like
pill or something.
The Limitless pill. It's like the Hail A Stan Limitless pill with a little goat on it.
Yeah, the Slender Man Limitless pill is what it's pretty much is what this concept is. Pretty fun. Also, November 11th.
November 11th. Here's a rather peculiar story for you guys. I was sitting on the couch, minding my own business, when I noticed a couple of gleaming eyes staring at me from the dark corner. Please have horns, please be the devil, and he just writes it off. I thought nothing of it, knowing it must have been Twig skulking about. Oh yeah, he had a cat that hasn't come up this whole time.
I totally forgot about the cat, the bald cat.
Yeah, he hasn't mentioned it once. He set it up in the beginning because there's going to be some payoff with it dying or being one of the headless dogs or whatever, but he doesn't mention it until now. I thought nothing of it, knowing it must have been Twig skulking about. Cats have reflective eyes. Who else would it be? I looked away, and at the very same moment, I felt it. Twig's wrinkly little self curling up next to me. I looked back toward the corner, his beady eyes still fixed upon me with Twig clearly at my side. I blinked, and the eyes were gone. Man, my brain's really trying to screw with me. It had to have been mental, yet I remember it with such lucidity. Come to think of it, I should have known it wasn't Twig from the start. Cat's eyes don't glow red. They're red glowing eyes. You just didn't think anything. Lucidity is a big word for Reed. That took a lot. I'm proud of him for that one.
Lucidity is a big word for me too. So me and Reed are in the same boat.
Anyways, let's hope it was just a freak brain malfunction. After all, what else could it possibly be?
Could it have been my little person neighbor that just snuck into my house? Like, what are you talking about, Reed? Sorry, my brain's kind of
the leprechaun. He keeps asking for my pot of gold, and I'm trying to gamble it away. November 12th, 2014. I'm going to run out of food eventually. Obviously, I could go to the store and restock myself, but the thought scares me. The thought of leaving the safety of my apartment, the thought of social interaction, I now dread it more than I ever have. I never have preferred going out to staying in, but I've never dreaded it this much. I wasn't always so terribly afraid. None of my instant messenger friends have been online lately, and they stopped upvoting my blog post. Who's going to get my groceries? What if I have to go out there? I shouldn't be panicking like this, honestly. I'm being stupid. Stop panicking, you idiot. Stop panicking, you idiot. Stop panicking, you idiot.
I just want to say that that little section of character development or understanding Reed is significantly better than anything. Like even this idea of a guy getting drugs off the dark web and like going insane in his apartment is more interesting in my opinion. But once again, it's not over. I don't know where it's going.
I think third. My brain completely just shut out. I was so checked out of this story.
November 13th.
November 13th. There we go. Thank you. That was more impactful than any of the demonic Hell Stand stuff we spent time on or anything like that. November 13th, 2014. My friend Jake came online. It was a temporary relief that lasted about as long as it took him to say,
I'm not dropping off the food until you agree to get out of the house.
That was his offer, telling that I'll leave the house and go clubbing with the guys in exchange for help. I declined out of pure fear. He was worried for my health, apparently. I can't blame him for thinking I'm becoming a feral hermit doomed to die alone in this pathetic slum, but he just doesn't understand. Nobody understands me. At least I'm pretty sure I got enough food to last till Thanksgiving, if I stretch it. November 15th. I need to tell you all about a strange experience I had yesterday. I've been leaving my TV on lately so that the silence doesn't irritate me. That children's show Bucko's Garden was on. You know, the one we all watched as kids until we were mature enough to realize how mindless and nonsensical it was. Yeah, that show. It was playing in the background on my boxy old TV in the corner. Eventually, it distracted me and I found myself zoning out into it for lack of better things to do. It must have been a Thanksgiving episode, considering Bucko, a guy dressed like a deer with a human face. Huh? Bucko's Garden's not real, right? This is made up for the thing.
I have no idea. I can look it up if you want.
A deer with the... No, it's not real.
No.
A deer with the... Okay. Was in the kitchen preparing sweet potatoes and cranberries. This is about as intelligible as the show gets. Things got a bit weird when he decided to let the anthropomorphic cranberries go into his garden at the last minute, as if they were captive insects. The sweet potatoes weren't so lucky. Bucko sent his bird friends to retrieve a pumpkin pie from the pie tree, and his squirrel friends to collect gravy from the gravy cow, who coincidentally regurgitates mashed potatoes to boot. I told you the show was weird, but that's not even the start. I didn't realize something was off until Bucko pulled out a knife. A full-fledged razor-sharp knife that you wouldn't expect to see in such a benign show. With his other hand, he opened the oven and pulled it out. Not a ham, not a turkey, a roasted human fetus. Mother of God. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. How on earth could this be allowed on television? Were my eyes deceiving me? I don't know, but I turned it off as soon as he started cutting into it. The gore was too much, even for me. Still having a hard time believing what my own eyes clearly saw. I couldn't have been dreaming. I haven't had so much as a nap in 15 days. I don't even know. Maybe something's wrong with me. I've been forgetting my PC login password. Even after I changed it to something else and wrote it down, I forgot where I wrote it down. Where I wrote it, forgot it down. I can't even think properly now. I like this so much more than the demonic stuff.
Yeah, I've been writing down
like
some
him seeing
notes
stuff
on
in
this
the
just to keep
TV.
This is a more interesting
yeah.
thing. I've been writing down some stuff, but I didn't want to derail the story.
Okay, all right. November 18th, 2014. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared out of my mind right now. I walked into the bathroom planning to take my first shower in weeks. I never imagined I'd open the door and see anything more than my own reflection in the mirror. Instead, I saw it, standing behind me, staring. completely motionless. I froze and panicked more than I ever have in my entire life, I swear. You don't know true fear. You don't even have a clue. I can still see it, engraved in my mind. The face, it was demonic. It was gone as soon as it came. I'd say I was just imagining things, but it felt all too real. I'm not going into the bathroom ever again. I'll just go in the kitchen sink or something. I can't handle this. I wonder if these pills are screwing with my head. I need to stop. I need to stop now. I don't even feel safe in my own apartment anymore. I feel like the shadows are watching me. November 20th, 2014. I tried to stop the pills again, but I had a change of heart at the last minute. This is something told me not to, like a voice in my head. I just feel like it would be wrong and somehow my life would fall apart if I stopped. I don't think this is normal, the way I'm living, but I can't imagine it any other way. I can't imagine stepping out into the light or even the moonlight for that matter. All of my instant messenger contacts have been offline since Shake talked to me last, and I don't know if my food will last another week. Twig's getting pretty skinny since I've been eating her cat food to stretch my supplies a bit, but she'll be okay as long as someone comes online by Thanksgiving. Speaking of which, nobody invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner, not even my family, but that's okay. I hate my parents anyways. Screw them. Yeah, this is an infinitely better story right now. November 22nd, 2014. I've been hearing more voices inside of my head. Horrible voices. It's really scaring me and I don't know what to do. Is it some sort of side effect or something? I can't hear myself think sometimes, like I'm losing control over my own thoughts. And these thoughts I have are so dark. It's not like me to think that way. I would never hurt anyone. I'm not like that. I tried going to necrosleep.net again just to see if there's something I missed about side effects. It said the domain's no longer in use. The site was shut down. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm terrified of myself. November 24th. Knock, knock. I yelled through the drafty door asking who it was. It was my friends, Jake and Douglas. Apparently they wanted to help me after seeing my blog post of distress, but sure enough, it was only under the condition that I open the door and come out. Very suspicious. How do I really know I can trust them? I know I've trusted them for years, but what if they were just earning my trust so they could pull something more sinister later on? What if they give me drugged food? What if they stab me when I open the door? It just occurred to me that I have no real proof that I can trust them. I can't even trust myself anymore. I don't even know who I am. Maybe my whole life I've been a sadistic freak and I didn't even know it. Maybe my true self is just now coming out. Maybe everyone's evil. This is so much better. This reminds me of, what was the story of the guy who everyone had been replaced by aliens or whatever?
Yeah.
And he was in his apartment. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is, but I know which one you're talking about.
Psychosis. That's it, yeah. This is very similar to Psychosis. Yeah, I like this a lot more. It'd be so much easier if you just took out the Satan stuff, like all mentions of it, and then you just throw in earlier in the story, there's a blog post where he says something like, I'm afraid of what happens when I go to sleep. I'm afraid someone will come. Just give him a bit more paranoia and let him say something like that on the internet before the invite shows up, as if it detected him say something like that, you know?
I think, yeah, I have a bunch of stuff written down. I'm just going to wait till the end.
Okay. November 25th, 2014. The voices won't stop. I used to think they were malevolent, but now I'm not so sure. Sometimes it feels like they're trying to liberate me. They want me to listen to them desperately. They show me things, horrible things, and yet these things don't seem horrible to me anymore. I'm numb. I don't feel anything. But I know there's one thing I could do to make me feel again. Part of me says it's terribly wrong, but the voices tell me otherwise. The voices are friends now. The demons are my friends. All right, final post, November 26, 2014. Twig's in heaven now. I had to do it. I had to know what it tasted like. It was good. It was satisfying, but I need more. I thought I'd never leave this room again, but I don't have a choice anymore. I need more of it. The face is getting angry. The voices are getting angry. My head hurts so bad. I need more. It hurts so much. I need more. They're hurting me. I need to feed them more. They need more. I need more. I have to make it stop. I need more. I need more. Make it stop. Police report, part 1. Thanksgiving, November 27th, 2014. Victim, Paul Murdaugh. Aggressor, Reed Murdaugh. Police arrived on the scene after a frantic 911 call from Margaret Murdaugh, confirmed to be the aggressor's mother. The victim, Paul Murdaugh, the aggressor's father, was found in the process of being mauled and cannibalized by the aggressor, Reed Murdaugh, whose face and mouth was covered in blood and brain matter. Reed was shot dead after refusing to stop eating his own father, whose skull was torn open entirely. Drug use is suspected to be involved. Police report, part 2, November 29th. Reed Murdaugh's residence was inspected thoroughly by investigators. A hairless, headless, and disemboweled cat carcass was found on the kitchen counter. The cat's blood and bodily fluids were spilled throughout the house, while the head was found crushed, the brain having been completely removed and nowhere to be found. The apartment was clearly inhabited by an utterly insane individual, given the foul and uncleanly nature of the place. An old TV rested in the corner, turned on, displaying only static and white noise. It had no antenna. A suspicious packet of unidentified pills was recovered. The resident's computer and other personal effects were confiscated and await further analysis. Okay, that's from Candle Cove, but I like that. That's awesome that he was watching a static screen, but the pill was showing him.
Yeah, the actual
the kid show with the blood.
Nightmare.
Yeah, that's a point pulled from Candle Cove, but I like it. Autopsy report, December 4th, 2014. Subject, Reed Murdaugh. The contents of Reed Murdaugh's digestive tract were a disturbing mixture of human tissue, mostly brain matter, and cerebrospinal fluid. Examination of his own brain, however, was even more disturbing and perplexing. It was clearly and visibly deteriorating. The tissue was black and red rather than the usual pinkish gray, and riddled with holes throughout. Closer examination revealed thousands of small black parasites to be consuming the brain. This was undoubtedly the cause of the man's insidious psychosis. Testing on the parasites was inconclusive, as they didn't match any known species. Further testing is required. The unknown pills recovered from Murdaugh's apartment have been tested and confirmed to contain a vile plethora of uncommon substances, including obscure, highly addictive euphoric drugs, human hormones, and parasitic eggs, presumably meant to remain dormant in a cool place until introduced into the body, allowing them to hatch and eventually invade the brain. It's unclear how Murdaugh acquired the pills and where they came from, although whoever concocted them surely had malicious intent. Police report 3, December 6, 2014. Two friends of Reed Murdaugh, Jake Fairfax and Douglas Lopez, were questioned at the police station. Immediately, they referred to his online blog, where he allegedly recorded his path to eventual insanity. It was found that the blog had mysteriously disappeared off the face of the internet for reasons unknown. They were aware of the unknown pills Reed was taking, claiming they originated from the website necrosleep.net. Investigators later confirmed the website does not exist.
That is the end of Necrosleep. Isaiah, I mean, like, at what point, I mean, we were kind of clowning on it a bit. I mean, from very early on, I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this is one of the few times a story has had shaky ground and kind of course corrected for like kind of stuck a little bit of a landing.
Correct.
What do you think?
Yeah. It did course correct, I think. I think all the demonic stuff weighs it down. And here's really why the demonic stuff weighs it down so much. It's so uninteresting.
Yeah.
When you make it just demonic, but it's not a story about demons or witchcraft or the satanic, because then it's like, oh, well, the thing that is causing all this is the icon of evil. So it doesn't need motivation or purpose or mystery. It's just bad. It's like the essence of badness is what's doing this. So it's like, okay, well, that kind of defeats anything interesting or in depth you could do with it. If I pretend like the Satan stuff doesn't exist, then it's very effective. I personally really like the detail that the pills were parasite capsules. I think that, and it's because imagine this. Imagine they got the weird invite from the website, keeps you awake. He's super awake, then he dies. And then they do the investigations. He's full of parasites. And if we didn't know who sent it, that raises all kinds of questions. It's like, oh, is this a group that's trying to maybe create some drug to turn people into psychopaths? Or maybe this is an occult practice, or maybe it's an experiment done by some secret facility to see what the parasites do to people. And because they know it keeps them awake, but they want to see if there's any side effects before they sell it. Or you could take so many different options with it. But because we have the occult setup, which the occult thing doesn't even tie into the satanic setup. Like, why would an occult group just send out parasites to people? It makes more sense without that addition.
I would imagine this was,
but I like
with
the idea
intent.
of the pills being parasites.
I imagine this was written with the intent that like the occult angle gives it a bit of mystique, or it gives it like it gives it the quote unquote horror element maybe the author feels like it needed. You know what I mean? Like it's the kind of cherry on top of visual is what I would assume. I think personally, the pills being parasitic or whatever, I think it's okay. I think like this
How do you feel about the cannibalism?
This could have been a really interesting story, and of course, hindsight's 2020. This is also from 12 years ago. So a different landscape to an extent, but the extreme isolation leading to mental insanity angle, I think, is a more interesting character archetype of kind of where I think a lot of people now, even with people doing like stay-at-home jobs and it becoming more and more hard for people to communicate with each other. And I think even just the rise of like, almost like the hikikomori incel kind of, just like chronically online at home, not wanting a lot of actual physical interactions with people, isolation and, loneliness, like the loneliness epidemic and stuff. I think like an angle like that could have done really well with this show with this story. And I like the format of the story being a person doing blogs. It's a person so obviously trying to connect with somebody that they feel like they cannot connect with. I think they're kind of like, it's like kind of throwing it out into the void, even if they aren't consciously trying to like reach out to someone. It's like a perfect little setup for somebody actually wanting to have someone connect with them and like understand them in a really fun way, where them being in like I was saying like dark web, even if it wasn't dark web, it's like another fun, and I'm always obsessed with, I've been really obsessed with this idea of like, there's that movie that's a remake in the 70s. I think it's a remake of this movie from the 50s, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is like kind of gives the it's the theme of a movie being, do you know the people that you surround yourself with is the kind of concept or theme of the movie. And I think that like translates really well today with these people that you're befriending online. Do you really know who they are? And I think like who you associate with and the things that you consume, albeit media, but this could be an actual physical like metaphor for the things that you're consuming that are like rotting your brain, or it could be a thing that's like, becoming the parasite that's growing inside of your head. Something like that could be kind of cool. I mean, on the surface, it sounds a bit maybe stupid, but my mind was kind of going to those places like, oh, that'd be kind of fun. And then if it is a thing where it's about a guy transcribing his insanity, trying to like reach anyone through his own means of, like the way that he would conversate with people, which is avoiding outside. All of the parts where he was talking about the little peppering of like, well, I'd prefer not to go outside. These little character moments of made the character a lot more sympathetic to me, of like, this is just like a very fragile person who is, who's like pretty like injured right now, has a strained relationship with their family, obviously. And even the ending, I thought it was fun, where it's like, well, then the only like real victim of the story is his dad, to where we're not really given the whole context of like, was he actually kicked out? I don't know. Was his parents just kind of like, were they trying to like include him into his life, but he felt like there's just a lot of stuff that you could really roll creatively with these like little hints, but all these little character moments make for such a stronger, more impactful story, in my opinion. But that was just a lot of the stuff. I mean, I kept writing down stuff like, just when outside sources come in, or like basically like if his friends came in, if he's going insane, all these things. If you wanted that visual of like, oh, there's eyes looking at me, or something, could these be things that your brain is tricking you into thinking? You know, like are these innocent things that are actually in the real world, but he has manifested them to be more evil, or he can't like see clearly with how far he's gone. You know, I think like little things like that, I think could have been really fun. A grounded story into something like that, I think is really fun versus it's really, and it's probably just because there's so much of it, but it's really hard to stick the landing on a, like, this is a satanic story just because it's been done so much that it's like, it just takes that, like you were saying, it just takes the creative wind out of it. And you're just like, oh, okay. Versus, you know, having a fun character story of a clearly socially awkward person trying to navigate life and then falling deep into a pit is something I think a lot of people could find relatable. And also it's just like a true thing that's like, this is like a nice, almost like Greek tragedy or cautionary tale of that. I'm done rambling, but my mind towards the end really did start being like, ooh, this would be fun. This is kind of cool. Yeah. You know, and obviously we're too far gone to be able to like course correct entirely, but my mind was like, oh, that's like a fun idea, or this is like a fun way we could have gone. So all in all, you know, one of the few times a story has started off and you're kind of rolling your eyes a bit to getting to a place where you're like, oh, that's actually pretty sweet. So I definitely will give it points there.
I think this is a very good first draft. I think that it needs to lose the satanic stuff because it defeats any complicated or interesting motivation. I think you hype up a little bit more that he wants to stay awake earlier, and he makes a blog post about it, about why he doesn't want to sleep. It's because he's paranoid of what happens when he does go to sleep. I think you use the friends a bit more in the story. You introduce them as people who come to check on him more often, but like you said, he refers to their eyes. Maybe that night he looks out the glass pane and thinks he sees someone looking back. He thinks it could be his friend, showing that he doesn't even trust his friends. I think you mentioned the cat more often. I think eating the dad goes a little far, but I kind of like eating the cat. I feel like that is a step, like that's a good last step before he tries to kill people because he's so hungry.
The cat could be I think the cat could have been a really great bridge between, almost like it could have been something that's like his trust with the outside world or something, or like it's the only thing he's communicating to in the story. Like I think that should have been how is the cat almost showing us like the level of insanity of where he's at, and even his like distrust in himself or other people. Yeah. Because
or maybe like near the end when his friends come, they're like, hey, where's the cat? And he keeps not addressing it. And then you find out he had eaten the cat, but we don't know that till like the police report or something.
I do think giving him more of a reason to be like, well, why do I need to cut out the need for sleep? What does he feel like he's missing out on? I think would be like a good question to answer. And of course, you know, listen, I mean, 12-year-old story. I think we're just saying this in terms of like, for anybody who might be writing something now, or even just like food for thought of just a thought experiment. It's just kind of fun to bridge this together to be like, what would make this just a funner story? So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. But
I think all in all, I think it was interesting, and I think it has legs. I would just like to see it go a little bit further to be a bit more interesting. Because like I said, all the Hell stand and occultism stuff just kills any potential or imagination for complex motivation. It's hard, and it makes it very simplistic.
It's hard to land, you know, and I love that kind of shit. I mean, I'm always a big sucker for it, but it needs to be, there needs to be more. Like it needs
to be a story about it so that you can build on it.
Yeah.
Rather than it being an unrelated story to occultism, and you're like, oh well, the devil as like as like a throwaway explanation of why. It's like we really don't need that.
Yeah. So. And also just in the importance of character and story. You gotta care about. You have to have a character where you're like, I want to root for this person, or I want to know more about this person and stuff, and you know all these things like you're saying of. Why does the person want to avoid sleep? Why, like all of these like little personal touches of like, you know, the families, there's a conflict between the families. There's this incessant need to never want to go outside. Like, this is an interesting character you're setting up, but it ultimately just doesn't take you anywhere where I learn really much about the character besides, hey, I'm not going to take these pills. And then the next day, all right, I'll take them. Like, that doesn't really hook me. But, you know, fun idea, you know, but yeah, that's our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you were listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere you listen to a fucking podcast, be sure to give us a nice rating if you enjoyed it. And if you want some extra shit to look, if you want some extra stuff to watch, or if you want to support the channel, consider going to our Patreon and supporting us there. Until next time, guys, don't take any pills from a Russian website. Or if you see, if someone's offering you pills, don't take them. I would say in any regard. I would, like, if you're on a website and someone says, we'll send you 30 days free of pills. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. And especially if you receive an envelope and there's a pentagram and a Baphomet thing, I would just kind of steer clear of all that. So until next time, we'll see you later.
You know what I say? I say take whatever you want, because rule number 5 is who needs them. And also listen to the Top Gun soundtrack and smear blood on your wall.